This is quality content. Dude is my age. Marcus is my age, and he's got like 50 years of fucking experience already.
Let her vote the fuck out of her chance in a second.
Louis Armstrong was the midwife that helped birth ska from the cloaca of punk.
You guys heard it here first at LTN Media. There's packs of wild stray dogs that control most of the major cities. Anytime you just hear, almost the lava. It's like, oh shit, it's about to go down. Yo, that is like no bullshit. The like 7th Chia Pet joke I've heard since I grew my hair back. So yeah, they've all been on my stream, and most of them have been a one goss mall, motherfucker. Yes, yeah, we are we're getting there. Hello everyone and welcome to Less Than Normal. I am Chris and joined with me as always are my merry band of misfits, Dave and Bree. A berry band so then we'll go with that. A berry band of misfits. Berry band. That is those are two very different things. Very, very different things. That's hilarious. It's not us this time.
Hello, friends. I'm just a moron, apparently. What the fuck? Now my microphone
You just
is
turn into
like
Marvin
right
the
here.
Martian? No, yes.
Perhaps.
Take me to your leader.
Perhaps.
Excuse me, Your Airness.
Excuse me, your airness.
Bro, shout out to Marvin the Martian.
Fuck yeah, that's my new honorable mention.
Is Marvin the Martian?
Yes.
I mean, why not, right? How has everyone's week been? Dave, how has your week been?
my week has been crazy. Started playing Schedule 1 with Maul.
Yeah, I saw you guys have been streaming that shit for like a million hours.
Yeah, we have 22 hours in that game together.
It's disgusting.
It's hi Jake. Yeah, it's really fun. There's nothing like developing a strain of marijuana that when somebody smokes it, their head gets really big and then starts ticking and then eventually fucking explodes, knocking everybody around
Dave,
them out.
You're not making drugs, you're making explosives.
No. That's a strain of weed we make.
This is the plot of fucking Iron Man 3.
I call it the mind blower. You know,
you're blowing people up, Dave.
No, I'm blowing their minds.
You are Aldrich Killian, my guy.
Hey.
To be Guy Pearce, that's not a bad thing.
If the women don't find you handsome.
I was going to say, have you seen Guy Pearce? He is handsome.
Oh, yeah, he's a good-looking dude. Well,
very
in the beginning of the movie,
British.
maybe less. See, it's the British thing that rubs me the wrong way, because I'm not.
Are you? Is it nationality envy or accent envy?
Well,
You
no,
wish
I
you'd
can
naturally spoken and well, I can do an English accent too, but it's not my natural dialect. My natural dialect is New England.
I'm a man.
That's
I
you
can
know what?
change
That's fair.
if I have to, I guess.
That's fair. You know what? I respect that.
Love you, Gopher.
And Bree's Batman.
Oh,
Hashtag
Gopher,
the hero we want and need.
I have to let you know that sometimes I may talk about my child, Kevin. It's not a real child. It's a 2-foot tall skeleton in the other room. And it is me and my girlfriend's child. And my
It's a Skelly bro.
And my other almost adult child hates him.
You're almost other. She is almost an adult now. That's crazy.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks. She'll be 18.
That's wild.
Yeah. I'm old as fuck, bro.
Bro,
I know your
like
name
that.
is Kevin. That's why
now
I
know your name is Kevin.
Because I had said something about Kevin the other day, and he said yes, and I'm like, oh no. Now there is one who's gonna, because Kevin is my catch-all name for anything that is a skull, right? Zach and I were playing, I don't even remember what game we were playing, but we kept summoning these little flaming skulls to go beat people up, and mine was an army of Kevins.
Is that your ghost face blanket, Bree? It looks cozy as fuck. Bree's all about it. She's like, yes. As always, with my fucking sore body, because I decided 4 hours of yard work was great yesterday.
Followed by 3 hours
make
of
sure
sleep.
No, I definitely got. I probably got like 6 or 7 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad. It could be worse.
No,
we'll put it that way.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten more or less sleep.
Same.
As my obligatory plug, make sure you're checking out Miles and Motorsports. Is the only other place you can hear me on the internet at the exact same fucking time.
Unless you count YouTube, Spotify.
If you're playing all of them simultaneously, but like in a live setting, I am in 2 places at once at one point within the hours of 7 and 8.
That being said, I challenge you to find last week, when this episode's done, find last week's episode of this show on Spotify and YouTube and try to get them to sync up on 2 different devices at other ends of your house.
Dude, that'd be weird.
Because you'll never get them perfect, so it'll always sound like there's an echo from somewhere. I bet that'd be trippy as shit. Ooh, yeah. And now I want to do that high.
You want to do that high?
Yeah. I'd have to set it up first and then get high, though, I think. I was going to do this show, but then I got high. Let's do it fair. Anyway, my bro. Let's get fucking high.
Let's get
high, high, high.
There
high,
you go.
High, 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 high. Hi.
Hi.
No, it's
Are they breaking? Listen to them try. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do on the radio show right now, but it's hilarious. Because I always have it in the background just because I like to hear it as well. And they don't fucking record the episodes. They don't post them anywhere. It's just live on the radio. And I've been telling Miles, I'm like, bro, you need to upload that shit to your YouTube channel. You have a YouTube channel. Just record the whole show and put it all up there. I was like, you just trust me. He goes, we're trying. It's a radio station issue. I was like, call your radio station owner. Give me the fucking phone. And like, give him the phone and let me talk to him. I'll explain to him how it works.
So
we all trying to shine together, baby.
There is a piece of news that isn't on our show sheet that I do want to touch on a little bit.
Okay.
They announced a Legend of Zelda movie is in the works.
I figured they were. Well, isn't that what we talked about too? Yeah, well, isn't it? We talked about it that Super Mario was a tester.
They were going to do Mario first to see if it was safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now they're going to do Zelda. I think they're going to do a good job. People are real worried they're going to make Link talk. I think they need to make Link talk. And I think it'll be okay. The problem with Link
Yeah.
talking is when you're playing Link and then a character who you are playing starts talking without your prompting. That feels weird, right? But to watch him on a screen, that's different, I think.
But for the meme, for them to just not have him say a fucking word
if
for a
he doesn't
2-hour
speak
movie
for the
would
whole
be
movie,
so
I'm
funny.
also kind of here for that. But I feel like that would look more like a Let's Play than a movie.
It would be so meta, though.
It would. It would.
Huh. So, I'm here for that. Well, speaking of, can anyone guess what the number one in the box office was last week?
Jesus the Second Coming, he's back and he's pissed?
No, that's number 8. No.
Okay.
Do you have any guesses, Brie? No, it's not Snow White.
Thank God.
It is The Working Man, or A Working Man.
Okay.
In its opening week in the box office, did $16 million. 6.1 out of 10 rating. 5.k people have rated it or reviewed it on IMDb. So it's a Statham film. So 6.1 for a Statham film is good.
I guess.
For later Statham films that aren't fucking Death Race and The Transporter. Number 2.
I love Jason Statham.
So do I. Number 2 is Snow White. 14 million in its second week in the box office. It made 68 million so far in the US. It still has a IMDb rating of 1.6.
Oh. Cold bitch movie.
Is that part of your review, Brie? Or have you just no, you're just refusing to see it?
I haven't gotten a chance to see it.
Fair enough. Number 3 in the box office is episode number 5.1. It's The Last Supper. It did 12 million in opening weekend, which is
a lot for a Jesus movie.
And it got an 8.1 out of 10 by 210 people.
You know what? I'm not surprised people like Jesus better than Snow White.
You know,
that tracks.
Neither am I at this point. Number 4 is The Woman in the Yard. In its opening weekend in the box office, did 9.4 million. Number 5, Death of a Unicorn, which also in its opening weekend did 5.8 million.
They at least collected the blood, right?
I'm assuming.
Okay.
Oh, they got to be careful with that, because if anyone could tell you about drinking unicorn blood, it's he who shall not be named.
Oh, my buddy Voldy?
We don't speak his name.
I call him Moldy Voldy. He hates it, but he deals with it.
Voldy. Thomas. Number 6 is a re-release of Princess Mononoke in theaters. Which I think it's cool whenever they re-release a Studio Ghibli movie. Let's see what else is still on this. Number 7 is Captain America: Brave New World in its 7th week in the box office. You'll have a half-life, a cursed life. I'm rewatching them again because I'm obsessed with Harry Potter, and I'm on like number 6. Black Bag's number 8 in its 3rd week at the box office did 2.2 million. Number 9 in its 4th week is Mickey 17, 1.9 million. And number 10 in its 3rd week in the box office is Novocaine with 1.5 million. That movie has made 19 million so far. Mickey 17 has made 44 million so far.
Both of those looked pretty good, to be fair.
You saw Novocaine, right, Brie? You like Novocaine?
Novocaine.
Brie is practicing her mime skills today.
Brie, you don't have to mute, girl. We'll get it sorted out eventually.
Shit happens, bro.
I have it on push to talk.
Oh. Okay.
What is the budget for that movie? Dude, Mickey 17 worldwide has made $121 million.
And it probably had a $20 million budget.
118.
Really?
So it's broken even, which, I mean, reality,
It's been out
breaking
for
even
what,
is kind of what you
3
want to
weeks
do.
and it broke
4
even?
weeks.
4
4
weeks and it broke
weeks.
even? That's pretty good.
It's got a 7.
Look.
It has to make 3 times its budget to be considered a hit.
Well,
which is crazy.
Right, but to make your money back without having to lean into merchandising and a home release, etc. Like, there are movies that are struggling to do that from big companies. Look at Sony and all the bangers they've failed to release.
Yeah, I know. All those movies that could have been great that they fucking,
like Craven and Madam Web.
So what's hilarious is worldwide, Snow White has made $145 million. The budget is $250 million.
Okay.
Total grossing US is $69 million. So this movie is making more overseas than it is in the US. Which tells me everything I need to know. Upcoming movies this week is the Minecraft movie.
I'm really excited for this. I still think it's going to be phenomenal.
Oh, I honestly, I think so too. Or do you have your tickets yet, Brie? No. Are you not going to go see the Minecraft movie?
I still have to see Mickey 17, Woman in the Yard, Snow White, Death of a Unicorn, Minecraft's
I don't even know what the hell Death of a Unicorn is. Like, I don't remember seeing
It's the Paul Rudd movie that you saw and you were like, is that Paul Rudd? That doesn't look like Paul Rudd.
Oh, yes. Yes. I know. I just need to go.
It's Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, and a couple other people.
That's right. Yes. I know what you're talking about now. What is the Grove?
That's where you go to get shot.
Black Ops. When Terrence, a Black Ops soldier, goes under an experiment to create a better life for him and his fiancée Alice, his homecoming turns tragic when he stops taking medication, descending into feral madness. Okay, this looks interesting.
That looks horrifying.
And
also, it does sound like the place where you go to get shot at.
It does, in fact. Accurate. I'm assuming it's a horror thriller. Yeah, mystery thriller horror. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, a Minecraft movie is kind of the big one that we were all expecting. And then next week we have The Drop, which looks crazy. I've been seeing the trailers for that one for forever. And then Sinners comes out this month. Until Dawn.
We're not too far from The Last of Us. I can't remember the day exactly, but I know The Last of Us Season 2 is in April.
Okay, so have you guys seen... There's
April
trailers,
13th, so we're 2 weeks away.
Trailers for a movie out. It's Till Dawn.
Until Dawn, yeah.
Yeah, except the movie is nothing like the game, and it's going to bomb because of it. I'm sorry, but you can't use a well-loved and respected video game with a phenomenal storyline's name?
Yeah, and that's so... I think the movie is going to be fine, but I think they should have never used the name Until Dawn.
So, I've said it before, Until Dawn is my second favorite video game of all time. And even if the movie is fine, it's going to be a thing of it's like, even if the movie's fine, it's not Until Dawn, so y'all should have done something else. Right. Also, because of how the game is set up in the first place, there was no right way to do it because it's a decision-based game. So it was like somebody would be mad if you killed a character that they didn't kill in their playthrough. Or
here's the other thing. I don't think Until Dawn is a licensed product of the Until Dawn game. I think they're just using the same title because they're fucking stupid. Because the premise is entirely different.
But within the trailer, there's a few like small details, like the dude who plays the therapist in the game is in the movie. Josh's mask is in the movie. I think something is a Wendigo, maybe. I don't know.
I was gonna say because I remember seeing the guy who plays the therapist, whose name also escapes me. But to be fair, he's also in everything.
He's great.
So
I
that
can't remember his fucking name, but he's great because he's we love him.
because I saw him
Um,
recently in something. I want to say, he
so
plays.
guess who's making this film? Just take a guess.
Is it Sony?
It is Sony, and guess who is not involved? Sony PlayStation Studios. So you own the property of, like, because I'm pretty sure PlayStation Studios is who made the game, correct?
I don't think so. Peter Stormare, by
Yeah.
the way, is his name.
Oh yes. So the dev was Supermassive Games, but Sony is the publisher. So
correct.
I mean, yeah.
So Until
Same
Dawn is
universe,
either
may
going to
take place
be taking place
It's just
before
going to be
after
the
the
next in a
movie.
long
So,
line of
creatures-
Sony flops.
That's fair though, Angel.
But the director of this movie is the same guy who did both Shazam films, which I like the first Shazam film. The second one is it's a mess, but it's not like awful. It's just a mess. But he
So
also did
it's
Light.
Shaq Steel,
Like, he
not
did-
Justice League.
I don't know what the second movie is, or the first movie you said was.
No, because Steel was bad. Steel was bad.
But he also did Annabelle Creation, which is my favorite of the Annabelle films. And then he also did Lights Out, which is another really good horror movie. So who knows what this movie is going to be? It's not Until Dawn. None of the characters are the same except for the therapist. I looked. It's the same name, but none of the characters are the same. It's not even the same premise. It's like they did like in the trailer it's like, oh, if you die the thing resets until you are able to get out or whatever, and I'm like, that's not Until Dawn at all.
It's Groundhog Day, the horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, that movie already exists and it's called Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that any good?
And then they made a
Because that
second
looked
one.
hilarious.
The first one's good. The second one it's not bad. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess only time will tell. Do you have a movie review for us, Bree? Nothing this week? All right. Well, on that note, we will get right into it. My movie of the week is Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. For those that don't know, my favorite director is Quentin Tarantino. And Kill Bill 1 and 2 is fucking phenomenal.
Time out.
Yeah.
This is why I don't read the show sheet.
Why?
Because it says your movie of the week is When a Stranger Calls.
Oh, yeah, I changed it last second. It's in the Showtime chat, the updated version.
Oh, okay.
I always put it up there, yeah. I was gonna pick When a Stranger Calls, but then Jake and I were talking about Kill Bill, and I'm like, no, you know what? Fucking Kill Bill.
Kill Bill's great.
Uma Thurman's amazing. Literally the movie begins with Vivica A. Fox getting killed. Like, that's how the movie starts within the first 10 minutes.
Loved her in Independence Day.
But there's nothing. No, don't apologize, because Kill Bill 1 and 2 are classic films. I mean, I'll talk about When a Stranger Calls. The 2006 version of that movie is infinitely better than the fucking original. Like, it's not even a contest. Bree and I watched it on Sunday because I hadn't seen it in forever. And it's a great movie, but dude, Kill Bill, masterpiece. So I talked about this a few weeks ago. It's something I told Dave I was going to do. We had been talking about Borderlands, this and that, and our opinions on it and what we thought. I took it upon myself to actually be the one of us to watch the film.
And Dave, remember, Chris doesn't know the game, so he's going based off of just his experience with the film itself.
I want to preface that I only have knowledge of a few characters in the game, and from watching Dave's stream or Fred's stream, I've never played Borderlands. I've never sat and watched full gameplay other than streams of stuff I've seen. So I went in completely oblivious to the world around it. I think people got and fairly so. If this is one of your favorite like game series, I get the outrage and why people are upset. Personally, I found the film overall enjoyable. The acting was great. The casting was great. The acting was not was in no means the problem with this film. A lot of the animation wasn't the best. You could tell they were on sound stages for most of it. Which again, if you look at the world and what I've seen throughout, I feel like it's very hard to make that look
Nope.
super fucking real in the right way.
Nope. All they would have had
But
to do was shoot it in the Badlands. It's the same terrain as on Pandora.
yeah, I mean that would I don't
what
know
they
what the
did with
budget is
Armageddon.
for. That is what they did with Armageddon.
They shot all the moon scenes in the Badlands in South Dakota for Armageddon, by the way, if you didn't know. Sorry, I don't mean to be interrupting.
So no, it's fine. The story itself, it could like I don't want to say this was a bad film because personally, I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was good, but I don't want to say it was this awful piece of shit. People need to be burned in the fucking streets film. It's not. It's not. The hate it's getting is for the actual source material and the changes that they made to character stuff. That's fair. That's super fair. Not knowing anything about Roland as a character, I loved Kevin Hart's performance as it because he's Kevin Hart. And like and even like the casting of Jack Black as Claptrap or
stand the Short King.
Dude, I love Kevin Hart. Come on. How do you not love Kevin Hart? But like if you had made this movie and didn't call it Borderlands, nobody would have had an issue with this. This movie probably people would have been like, "All right, no, this is solid." But the second they called it Borderlands, any person who loved the series automatically went in with a completely negative outlook, and it changed their entire experience of the film. And listen, I get it. You know, my favorite game of all time is BioShock. It's my favorite game series of all time. They're making a movie. I'm afraid for what that's going to be. But I'm always my personal opinion when I go in, I prefer to always go in with a clear mind, say, you know what? I know what people are saying. I know what these people are saying against it or for it. I always like to go in with a clear headspace. And in this scenario, I personally enjoyed the film. Brie.
I was just gonna say, think of it in comparison, like the fans of Borderlands that didn't like the movie. Just think of it as the you're a fan of a certain show that got made into a live action movie by M. Night Shyamalan that you despise. So just
yeah, but that's universally
no.
That's
people
universally
who don't know
hated
Avatar
because
think the movie's fine.
That's off. That's
they
unfortunate.
say the same thing you just said about Borderlands if they are unfamiliar with the Avatar franchise and watch that movie.
Unfortunate. But like but that's I don't want people to like bury this film saying it's the worst fucking film ever made. It's not. It's not even top 10 worst films ever made. It's
The
a
Room
thoroughly
exists.
Madam Web exists.
Snow
There are
White
people that
exists.
like. I'll say there are people that liked Madam Web. I don't know what's wrong with those people, but they liked it.
I don't know how. Even ignoring the knowledge of Madam Web as a character, the movie is just bad. It's just not good. But I just wanted to be honest and be like, listen, if you have never seen Borderlands and it is one of your favorite favorite game series, don't watch it. But if you aren't really necessarily a fan of the games, don't listen to what everyone else says. Like, don't let people sway your opinion of watch or like your like thought of watching the movie. Watch the film. Go in with a clear headspace.
If you don't know who Roland is and why he's important, you'll like the movie. I think is the key delineation. Because the changes they made to that character and how the other characters treat that character, I think is the main discourse for the uproar.
There's a very big difference between.
Not just height difference, it's also personality. It's also the level of respect the other characters treat him with. They disrespected that character so much in that fucking movie.
So
unfortunately, a thing is, and it's not unfortunate because most of the time it works, but when you cast people like Kevin Hart and Jack Black, you're going to get Kevin Hart and Jack Black. And that's not a bad thing, but just have that in mind that if you cast those people, that's the performance you're going to get. You're going to get Kevin Hart.
What they wrote for Roland, Kevin Hart did a good job.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
Kevin
sure he
Hart's
did.
actually a good actor.
I agree.
But like what I would recommend to people, Dave, I do not recommend you watching this film. Bree, I'll recommend this film to you. But then after, I would recommend doing a kind of like a let's play watch or like a lore watch on YouTube of Borderlands so you can understand what was different. I kept seeing people bitching about the acting, and I'm like, Kate Blanchett and fucking Jamie Lee Curtis are in
It
that
wasn't
film.
the acting. It was the
You're not going to.
It was the actors. So okay.
Yeah.
So the problem with casting Kate Blanchett as Lilith is Lilith supposed to be 25.
Yeah, and
Kate
Blanchett's
Blanchett is like
40s?
60.
Isn't Jamie Lee Curtis's character also supposed to be younger?
She's supposed to be like 10 years older than the rest of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll give Jamie Lee Curtis a pass because A, it's Jamie Lee Curtis, and B, she's just a scientist. She can be a little older. It's fine.
Yeah, but like, but I saw people bitching about, oh, well, they did a terrible job. No, they didn't. If they were wrong typecast, okay, but those are award-winning actresses that have very much so proven their skills, and they were not the problem in this movie.
No. The
but
acting,
again, it's
I
not.
never thought the acting would be a problem. My concern was always with the casting.
Yeah. Of the casting of the characters themselves. And you know what? Again, if you are a fan of the game, that's a very, very valid point. If you are changing, it's like the Halo show, which by the way, as someone who is Halo's one of my favorite game series of all time.
Close enough to Zach, he might come stab you.
Listen, he could come stab me if he wants for my own fucking opinion, like. But my thing is,
what did you just
from
say,
the couple
Bree?
episodes I watched?
I said he's gonna stab you with his dick.
Do it, pussy, you won't. I enjoyed the couple episodes that I watched of the Halo show.
Oh, okay.
There were things that were different. That I didn't like. If you want a good live action movie that's Halo based, Forward Unto Dawn is a movie that exists that takes place around the time of Halo 4. The movie's fantastic. It's a very well done movie. Is the Halo show good? I personally can't make that opinion because I've only seen a couple episodes. I cannot give a good opinion that I'll feel good about. But there are things.
They ruined the Flood.
That's what I've heard, which makes me sad because the Flood's like the scariest part of the fucking game.
Cool. The Flood is one of the scariest entities in any sci-fi game. Right?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And they made it about as scary as walkers.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Which is where most people went, the fuck are you doing? There is so much opportunity here. You're
oh my god.
it up.
And if you play any of the fucking games, the Flood completely, like, it changes the entire story. But if I had to give my honest opinion out of 10 for Borderlands, I'd give it a 5. Personally, I'd give it a 5. But again, I don't have the knowledge or the love for the game as someone like you, Dave, has, or like Maul I've talked to about it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Maul hates it too.
Maul hasn't seen it, but I gave him my honest opinion. He goes, I respect that. He goes, because you don't have that tie-in. And I'm always, like I said, I'm always that type that, like, even if it's something I love, I don't go in with that, oh, this is going to be bad, or, oh, I've heard this.
No.
And I always try to keep an open mind. I always try. Like, sometimes it doesn't happen, but I try at least,
Same. But
hey, there's some movies that I've just had to go in with, like, yeah, this is gonna suck. Madam Web, Joker 2, Until Dawn.
Yeah, I haven't seen Joker 2 because I hated the first one. So.
Oh, see, I thought the first one was really well put together.
But again, I don't
The
like
second one
DC,
is
so I don't
not.
really give a shit. No,
The second one is not.
Second
Don't
one's
do
awesome.
it. Don't watch it.
that's crazy.
If you hate the first one, don't watch the second one.
Do you know what they call Harleen Quinzel? What she introduces herself as?
What?
Lee.
She calls herself
I hate
Lee, not Harley.
I hate
just Lee. What the fuck?
Harleen is said maybe once in the entire film, but even in the credits, it's like Lady Gaga as Lee Quinzel. And I'm like, no.
That's disgusting.
Ew.
I hate it. That's fair. I personally, were they good? Not really. But I love Ninja Turtles, bro. I thought the first one was fun. I haven't seen the second one, but I know there's a couple WWE superstars that are in it, which I thought was cool. But
Yeah,
other
they
than
play
that,
Bebop
yeah.
and Rocksteady, don't they?
Yeah, it's Sheamus and
Of course it is.
it's Sheamus and I can't remember who the other one was. But yeah, no, yeah, 5 out of 10. 5.5, 5 out of 10, I'd say. That's my rating. I know Dave wanted me to report back to him on what I like my honest opinion of it, and I figured I'd at least make it a segment because this is a movie we've talked about a lot.
B,
Yeah.
5 out of 10 is not good.
It's not like negative 30,000 out of 10 like most people are giving it. It's an enjoyable, fun movie.
See, okay, I feel that though, Gopher, because Mikey is too stupid to be a pervert. He's too.
That's true.
Stupid isn't the right word. He's too childish. Maybe is a better way to explain him.
Yeah, probably.
Like he's just a happy-go-lucky guy, wants to have fun.
Oh, so on that bombshell, we've got names of Spider-Man movies and release dates. If you guys want to talk about that,
Sure.
that was announced. We have 2 announced Spider-Man films: Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, the 3rd installment in the Spider-Verse films, which is the only good fucking Spider-Man movies that Sony is making that doesn't have direct making. It's the only good fucking Sony Spider-Man movies that are not actually made by Marvel Studios.
I mean,
because
the old Spider-Man movies were fine.
The Spider-Verse movies are great. Yeah.
Okay, because Sam Raimi's, they're cheesy, but like they're classics, and I like the first Amazing Spider-Man.
I like both of them. One of my favorite things is that they went there in the second one.
They did go there.
The problem with the second Amazing Spider-Man is the same problem with Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
The director wanted to do one thing, the studio wanted to do another thing, because they keep just trying to push Sinister Six every time. And so the director tries to combine both things, so the movie ends up being a mess.
Which is why the best Spider-Man films right now are MCU Spider-Man films.
If you want to do the Sinister Six, you need to have 5 movies before you do a Sinister Six movie. Period.
You have to introduce all of them separately. That's the only way to make it work.
And keep introducing 2 villains per movie. 2 villains per movie, I think, is fine.
Yeah.
But only one of them should end up being a member of the Sinister Six, and the other one should be like.
Yeah. No, it's.
Dr.
But if you haven't
Wonder,
seen,
I think his name is a fun one.
I think so. If you guys haven't seen the Spider-Verse films, they're animated. They're fucking phenomenal.
I believe they're both on Netflix.
I think they still are both on Netflix. And then that'll be releasing 2027. And then we have a name for the new DCU, Jesus Christ. The new MCU Spider-Man film. It'll be called Spider-Man Brand New Day, and that is set to hit theaters in 2026. Tom Holland.
We're not getting this information directly from Tom Holland accidentally telling us during an interview.
No, we're getting this directly from Tom Holland, who was told to say these words.
Right, yeah. He was allowed to say it this time.
Yeah. Feige doesn't have to yell at him right now, because Tom was told to do this.
Yeah.
Cue Anthony
And-
Mackie in the background saying it's about goddamn time.
And I get the importance of it being called Brand New Day, but like I'm kind of sad that they dropped the home thing because that was fun.
It was fun. He
Okay.
said it's more of a fresh start
Well,
because of
Yeah.
you got to think of the
Well-
what happened in the last one. Nobody knows who the fuck he is now. So
Well,
Yeah, and
okay.
that's when after that came out, people were like, "Yeah, now it should be Spider-Man No Home."
that would have been
So
funny.
so here's the thing. Them dropping home from the title is them doing that. He no longer
Yeah.
has a home.
Because no one knows who he is.
And I feel like it was important to them to do that as a way to kind of allude to that fact.
And I've
this
also
is-
seen people say that there's what's the thing that they said that No Way Home is an equivalent to a comic storyline, so Brand New Day is proving that I don't remember the exact
People-
details, but people were like, yeah, No Way
Interesting.
Home was an equivalent to a specific storyline, so it being called
the
Brand New
specific
Day.
storyline is where he makes a deal with the devil to save Aunt May and make everybody forget who he is, and he loses Mary Jane.
Yeah,
in the
they
process.
just Which
changed
it up.
Isn't that the most controversial Spider-Man
Correct.
comic, or one of the most
Mhm.
controversial?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't make a deal with Mephisto. He doesn't make a deal with Dormammu. He makes a deal with Lucifer Morningstar, who fell from heaven and is the devil.
Yeah. The actual devil.
The actual devil. One of the few times the actual devil has appeared in Marvel Comics. And it's to fucking knock boots with Spider-Man over some shit.
Yeah. I'm excited because it's a completely new story. Not to say that I didn't like the other story. I loved the Holland Spider-Man movies. They're my favorite, I would have to say. But we
And
get
it's
Tom
being
Holland back.
released. And it's being released after Doomsday. I think it's the
So
movie right
yeah.
after Doomsday.
Which is Dave and I think we both said last week or the week before that it's we're not going to see Spider-Man in that film.
We're going to see Spider-Man
Before we're going to see Spider-Man.
If we see him,
You
it'll
think
be
at
near
the end?
in like a
Yeah.
post-credit scene or a pre-credit scene, right?
Jake over there saying Wanda, 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 Wanda. I guarantee you, if we do not see Wanda Maximoff in that, Jake will leave the motherfucking theater wanting his money back. It'll be the worst movie ever made.
You're not going to see Wanda in Doomsday. If we see Wanda, and there's, I'm gonna call it 90%. We see Wanda in
Vision Quest.
No.
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. Thank you.
Secret Wars.
I think
unless she's dead.
Doesn't have to be our Wanda.
No, but unless they just do what you were thinking and just go with Billy. If not, by then tables will be flipped.
Elizabeth Olsen is one of the only people that, because I wanted to be a surprise, I haven't looked her up. Like, because remember, Chris, I told you somebody at Google is getting fired.
Somebody at Google's getting fired because there's a shit ton of people that were like, hold on, they weren't.
What?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people that weren't announced during the chair stream, but if you look them up on Google, it says upcoming movies, Doomsday.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you who.
No.
I don't know about Elizabeth Olsen, but there's a few that Bree showed me. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't looked her up because I want it to be a surprise, but I'll tell you one that it doesn't say Doomsday. Brie Larson, which we kind of assumed.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see her until Secret Wars.
Because the only movie next to hers was Fast X Part 2. Didn't say Doomsday.
Yeah, which it's going to be Fast X Part 75, and they're all going to be in the fucking wheelchairs. You just have
they're going to be racing in wheelchairs.
You're going to have Vin Diesel going, family. Oh I need my tapioca. Fucking, oh my god. But yeah, no, so we finally got the names of those films, and I was very excited to see that they're kind of going a new direction.
I'm excited that we finally have an official release date for Beyond the Spider-Verse, because every time that that news broke about it, it was, oh, it's getting pushed back. It got pushed back again. The last update I saw before we got an official date was like 2029, but now we got an official date that says 2027.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, Jake, you're fine at that because the rest of them are bad. They went to space, so they went to space.
I walked out of Tokyo Drift.
I liked
15
Tokyo
minutes
Drift
into the movie.
because it was different than what it was supposed to be. They did a good job for what they were trying to do, but there are better drifting movies.
Look, I walked out 15 minutes in because I'm like, this isn't. I came for not this. I'm leaving.
Which one's the one right after Paul Walker died?
Tokyo
Like,
Drift.
which one's the one?
No, Tokyo Drift was well before. Tokyo Drift's the third film to be released.
Oh, I thought he died during the shooting of number 2.
No, he didn't
It's
die during
whichever
the shooting of any of
one.
them.
All I know is I was in middle school when it happened. So whatever movie that was, I've seen that one. I've seen
Fast Five, I think.
So I've seen Tokyo Drift 5 and 6, and that's been about it.
Yeah, I
stopped
saw
watching
1
after
and 2
5.
and 15 minutes of 3 in the theater and walked out of the theater.
Yeah, the best one's the first one because the first one's about street racing, which is the entire and cars, which is the entire fucking premise of Fast and the Furious. The rest of them just are not even related to the first one. They're all they're all just spy action movies.
And I
did see Hobbs and Shaw, and honestly, that one was fun.
Okay, I will see that because Jason Statham. I haven't seen it yet, but I plan
Jason Statham, The Rock and Jason Statham. Plus, you get
Idris
a
Elba,
cameo
right?
And it's
from one tribal chief.
Of course you do.
Who?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns. He's a wrestler.
He's a WWE superstar who's a cousin of The Rock.
Hang on. So I would like to point something out. Roman Reigns was somebody else's name first.
No, it wasn't.
The main character in Gone in 60 Seconds' name is Roman Reigns. No, it's Randall Reigns.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's not.
It's Randall Reigns, but I think the dickhead he talks to is Roman.
Curious now.
Man, Gone in 60 Seconds was so good.
No, it's Memphis Reigns and Kip Reigns.
Okay, then what's the dickhead played by the guy who did one season of Doctor Who? I think it was the 9th Doctor.
I don't know.
Is that Matt Smith?
No.
I don't know. I just know the 10th Doctor is David Tennant.
I love David Tennant. No, there is no Roman Reigns in this movie.
Christopher Eccleston.
Oh, Raymond Calitri?
Raymond Calitri. Why did I think there was somebody named Roman in that movie?
No.
I still say my 2 favorite characters in that movie are Sphinx and Mirror Man.
Sphinx and Mirror Man. All right, that's fair. So it broke yesterday. In the sad thought that we have to talk about the passing of beloved actor Val Kilmer, who passed away from pneumonia at 65 yesterday. Listen, I can think of 5 movies right now off the top of my head that I loved him in. I mean, he was great as Jim Morrison in The Doors. He played one of my favorite characters of all time. Shout out Doc Holliday, Tombstone, which is a phenomenal fucking movie.
I'll be a Huckleberry. Look,
I use that line all the fucking time.
He's so drunk he can't even
Batman
see straight. That's okay. I got 2 guns, one for each.
I know
Batman.
he's in Top Gun, but he's Batman to me.
Yeah, he was in Top Gun. Shout out Iceman.
Fuck Top Gun. Did I say that?
He was great. He was great. He's also in Heat. Everyone forgets that. I fucking shout out Al Pacino. Let's see, what else was he in? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which was pretty good.
He was? I've seen that
Yeah.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was on.
I don't remember that movie.
He was in Deja Vu, which is a Denzel movie. Let's see. He had so many films he was in. Uh, he was in the 2010 movie MacGruber, which was actually fucking hilarious. That movie was so stupid, it was funny. Um, but yeah, famous as Batman. I believe he was also in one of the Resident Evil films.
Not to my recollection, but I don't remember about a lot about those movies. They were fun, but very forgettable.
But yeah, no, I mean Val Kilmer was a phenomenal actor. So many movies to his credit. And it's very sad. 65, way too young. Pneumonia is fucking awful. So we want to give our love to the Kilmer family, and we can all remember Val in some of his best roles. Dude, part of me wants to go watch fucking Tombstone later.
And due to the fact that this news broke yesterday, I didn't believe a damn thing that was broke yesterday. So at first I thought it was somebody's cool idea of a joke. And then I was
And
like,
then it
oh, this isn't
blew
a
up
joke.
everywhere. Yeah, it blew up everywhere. So, yeah, very sad indeed. Um, yeah. I guess on to more. I guess another fun little thing. Apparently there is rumor. Speaking of the Minecraft movie we talked about earlier, apparently there is going to be an Easter egg in the film. That was placed there specifically by Mojang themselves to show love to Technoblade, who was a YouTuber, a Minecraft YouTuber who passed away a few years ago. Um, what a goddamn classy move that is. If
Yeah.
this is a real thing that I'm seeing, and I believe it is because I saw it like 3 or 4 days
I
ago, what a fucking classy move.
I think if you watch the latest trailer, you can catch a glimpse of it because it's just a piglin wearing a crown. That's his head.
It's
Yeah.
his character.
But I think I noticed a piglin wearing a crown. You can't both ban things. We have mods for a reason, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just already here. Dude, in my defense, I had no fucking idea that Viking was here. You never know where he's at. He just pops up and then disappears. He's like the fucking wind.
He's like the wind.
But you got there first, though.
Okay, love you. See you soon. Bring me back something French.
But yeah.
Ooh, like
yes.
French fries, which are actually Belgian.
That's a fucking great reference. Oh, he's got an ad. But yeah, what a great move. Technoblade, man, that one was fucking crazy because we talked about that on the show when that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, for them to show love to someone who was a beloved member of the community, I think that's great. So again, another reason, hats off to Mojang, hats off to Microsoft Studios, and everyone involved with that film. And it's gonna be amazing because Jack Black and Jason Momoa in a crazy outfit is everything.
The outfit, I can get past the outfit. It's the wig.
Okay. Controversial opinion. I love the wig. I think he should grow his hair out.
Oh my god. Well, what do you mean you think he should grow his hair? His hair's already long. Jason Momoa has long hair.
You know what I mean. Like he should just do his hair like that.
Oh yeah. I was like, but he's already got long ass hair.
Or even better, you know what? He should do a French bob.
Oh my god, just become a fucking just a middle-aged woman.
Before we move on, I've been waiting for this to drop all day, and of course it drops while we're live. I don't know if anybody else cares about this but me, but the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, the teaser trailer was released 5 minutes ago.
Oh, should we watch that? Because I enjoyed the first movie.
And it's PG-13, so there's not I'm looking, so I'm like, okay, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, post a link. We can watch it.
I got you right.
All right. was like, because I was watching it on because Jason Blum, the founder of Blumhouse, he posted it on his Twitter, so I was watching it there.
Is it Blumhouse or is it Bloomhouse? How do we pronounce that?
Anybody I've ever heard say it says Blumhouse. I've never heard Bloomhouse.
I've always pronounced it Bloomhouse, and I've always heard it Bloomhouse.
I've also heard both. How do we pronounce it?
Well, BLUM would be Blum. It's BLUME, isn't it?
No, it's BLUM.
Oh, then it should be Blum.
It can be pronounced both ways, I'm sure, depending on the origin of the name. But yeah, if anyone knows how to fucking pronounce that, please let us know. Jason, call
Google. Let's see. I try to watch a few interviews, and presenters alternate between rhyming with plum and rhyming with plume.
So it's fucking potato.
But Blumhouse posted on Twitter back in 2012 saying it's Blum like plum.
Okay, so Blumhouse. Got it. Problem solved. But no, I enjoyed the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie. For what it was great. I love Josh Hutcherson. He did a great job. Movie's fun. I watched it recently too.
I
have very limited knowledge of the game, and I had a 9-year-old sitting next to me the entire movie talking to, I'm assuming, her grandmother, being like, that's blah, 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 and it's going to be revealed that blah, blah, blah is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, shut up, small child.
Why didn't you hit the fucking kid? I'd have hit the kid.
Okay, couple things.
Bow!
HR would like to talk to you after the show about things we can and can't say on the internet about children.
I mean, I said it.
But
I said it.
yes, I have as someone who has never played the games, I thought the movie was good. I enjoyed it for my very limited knowledge of the games, and if I didn't have to listen to the 9-year-old the entire movie.
Yeah. Dave, that looks like Jason Momoa is picking up his children from soccer practice.
Lord, what did he put? Oh
my god.
I don't like it.
Still Smash, but damn, that's
no Smash.
He looks like he likes going to art museums and strictly wears sweater vests. He looks, that haircut makes him look like he could do my taxes.
I knew some lore stuff because the internet exists, but I'm intrigued by the potential for the future movies.
Yeah, no, the first one was great. I don't see a problem with it. Like it was
do
good.
You want to see Jason Momoa with a Karen haircut? He's right there. She says, "Oh my god," and walks away.
It's terrific. It's terrific.
It's just one of the. Are we watching the Five Nights trailer now?
Sure.
Okay, I was going to say
before
it's not
we
on
get
the
into
show
Daredevil.
It's not on the show sheet. Do we want to do it before or after Daredevil? Was kind of my.
I would say before.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I saw that he posted last week saying that he was going to drop the trailer in 7 days, and 7 days was Wednesday. So I was like, okay, hopefully he posts it before we go live, and then he's waited until 8:01.
So I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't see the first movie. I haven't played the games. I feel a very strong aversion to the franchise. It always leaves me with the taste of vomit in my mouth. That being said, I understand people like it. I don't understand why they like it. I don't understand why there are 6 of the same fucking game.
That's just main story. Dave, then there's spin-offs, and then there's novels, and there's mangas, and there's
But
I
why?
think you would actually like the movie. I think you would like the movie.
I might, but my problem is I don't understand how I looked at the first game real hard, almost got it, and then watched gameplay and went,
Yeah,
jump
the game
scares
itself is
do nothing to me, so this is just going to be boring. Right?
Yeah.
There's lots of lore that I don't know, but there's lots of lore.
See, and I've heard that,
yeah.
but also the creator went on record to say that until after the 4th game, he just made shit up and didn't care about lore. So all this shit everybody was saying connected and why everybody got so into it was all shit they fabricated.
It's all fan driven. Yeah, it was all fan driven lore.
Everything is fabricated by the fan base. So why did it pick up such a crazy fan base to have that kind of thing happen? I respect
because
the hustle.
people love a good jump scare. People love a good jump scare. That's what it is.
It also came out at a time where the right people played it, and now those people are late 20 or in their 20s or early 30s. They're showing it to their kids or their younger siblings, and it's just passing along.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Look, I blame
And
Markiplier.
also because Markiplier.
Markiplier.
No, I blame Fartiplier. And I'm gonna call him Fartiplier because this was a stinky move. Love you, Mark, but I don't like I don't like that you did this.
I was just saying, Dave and I both
Matt
regularly watch Markiplier. Yeah, Matt Pat.
I'll say
too.
Markiplier and Matt Pat.
Okay,
it's a combination.
But to be fair,
Matt
fair, Pat only got into it because his people were like, "Hey, you should dive into the lore of this," right?
Yeah.
In comments forever, and he will do that for things he's not even tangentially interested in. But there's a lot of crossover between his fan base and Markiplier's.
Very true. Same with Sean.
Jack
Jacksepticeye. Yeah. I know. I call him Sean like everybody knows Jack's name.
Right. Sean William McLaughlin.
Yeah. Because most people, if they're going to shorten it, like if they're going to call him a name that's not Jacksepticeye, they're just going to call him Jack. And that's not his name.
No, okay, but the thing is, you know who else calls him Jack in videos? Markiplier. You know how long those guys have been fucking friends? He still calls him Jack in videos?
Yeah.
I think within the last couple of years, he might have started peppering in a Sean here and there. What?
Every once in a while.
Well, because Markiplier's name is Mark, so I guess people were like, okay, Jacksepticeye's name is Jack.
Does Markiplier give daddy vibes?
No.
If you ask certain parts of the internet, yes.
Okay, fair.
No, it's the voice.
I'm the same age as Markiplier. I might be a little older than Markiplier. Because I think he's in his mid to late 30s also.
I think so. It's the voice, man. That's daddy
35.
For me. That's
okay, yeah.
It's that voice.
It's a nickname for his screen name, just like how Bree. Who's Nick? I know Noob. Who's Nick?
Yeah,
who is this Nick
who
fucker?
The fuck is Nick?
I don't know any goddamn Nick.
I don't even know it's Samantha.
He doesn't even go here.
You don't even go here.
Love you, noob.
Point exactly.
Who's Sharon?
Who's Sharon.
Yo, and fuck Michael from accounting.
Fuck Michael from accounting.
We haven't brought him up in forever.
How about Deborah? Fuck Deborah.
Fuck Debbie.
I wonder if that's still.
I was just wondering.
Yes!
Yeah!
You know what also is still a command?
Fuck Chris?
Yes.
What are we up to now?
69 plus 19.
God, I better make sure I'm replenishing my fucking electrolytes at this point.
Here you go.
Make sure I got some Pedialyte on standby.
Make sure you're
some
getting
Pedialyte or something on standby. Fucking pack of cigarettes ready to go.
But are we ready for the official teaser trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Do this.
No, and I'm actually interested in the movie.
We should watch it, Dave.
We should. I want to finish this statement because I feel like I left it in a place where I hate it. And I don't actually hate it. I'm just so confused by it, I can't get into it.
Because what is real and what isn't?
And why is any of this anything?
You were also a lot older than the general audience of Five Nights at Freddy's when it came out.
Those of us that grew up playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Which I never played, but I had friends that played it.
My little brother's obsessed with it.
Make sure you
I've
unmuted
dated
it.
2 people who are obsessed with it.
There you go.
And I
Welcome back. Are you ready to start the show? Count with me now. 5, 4, 3,
They're out there, Mike.
2,
Where? Everywhere.
Hello, Newman.
I was just thinking that. I don't know if that's a better or worse fate than it got in Jurassic Park, though.
That's fair. Okay. I'm in.
And speaking of
There you go.
Markiplier, he was originally supposed to have a cameo in the first one, but he was busy, so he's supposed to have a cameo in this one.
That's
Look,
amazing.
I
Yeah,
love
I'm in.
that Markiplier, who's YouTube famous, which is very famous. I want to be clear, but he's famous on YouTube, and most people who are famous on YouTube want to be in movies. No, I'm too busy doing shit to be in your fucking movie, okay? I'll be in the next one.
Yeah. I'm entirely
Okay.
too busy to do what you want me to do.
Well, because Markiplier was making a movie at the time that they
I know.
needed him.
I know, because that was
Yeah.
about the same time that In Space was being developed, wasn't it? As well?
Yeah.
What was it called? Iron Lung, I think, is the movie that he was busy making. I don't remember. I just know that it's reported to be 3 hours long, and I don't think I care.
He's
That's the
directing
most
movie he wrote.
Markiplier
Yeah.
thing. That's the most Markiplier thing ever.
But hey, we got other cameos in the first one that made me giggle because I knew who they were.
Was Matt Pat in it? Matt Pat, come back to
Uh,
YouTube. We miss you. I
no.
haven't been able to watch a theory video on one of your channels since you left. It's so sad. I'm actually crushed. Please come back. We miss you.
It's been 2 years. Yes, Matt Pat is.
What? Oh, okay, yeah. You were the spoiler thing. By the way, Chris, there is your contractually obligated clip of the stream for social media.
Yeah, okay.
Just us
That's
begging
I didn't know
Matt
that was
Pat
in my contract.
No, it's in mine.
but-
That you made me
Okay.
sign, remember?
Oh, for you to no, the contract is Jack Black, but you know, I'll take Matt Pat.
Look, it's a slant rhyme. It's fine.
Jack Black,
Come be on the
come
show.
hang out with us.
Dude,
Please.
I'd
We've
love
been
to-
calling you out for
Look,
years, bro.
Man. Okay, so here's the deal. Come on, we'll play Minecraft together.
Yes.
Speaking of, somebody else we haven't mentioned in a while, Kat Dennings, come be on the show.
Kat Dennings, yes.
Or she's not in here.
This-
Or I'll let you sit on my lap. I will give you that privilege.
he looks
I'm just
around for
proud.
his girlfriend to be like, yeah, no, I
I'm
can
just
say this.
happy
It's
he
fine.
said lap.
Yes.
It's
Oh yeah,
yes.
no, we will both be fully clothed, or we will both
Bro.
die.
I literally
That wasn't what I was worried about.
What were you worried about?
all I can think of.
Oh, face.
All I can think of is that Key and Peele skit where they're talking about their girls and then they look around and then they're just quietly they go, I says big.
Yeah.
Just makes me think, and they're all like, wait, what'd you say? Had to go up into space to say it. So good. Shout out Key and Peele. It may just be Chappelle's show, but you know, it's as good. Yeah, no, I'm here for this movie. It looks fun. I love a good animatronic movie.
Okay, so I had this idea for Bard Files, and then I realized it already existed, where people would go into a Chuck E. Cheese and there was going to be haunted like performers on the stage and shit. And then I remembered Five Nights at Freddy's existed, so at least I didn't reinvent the thing again on accident. I realized
like
it
you've
beforehand.
reinvented Death Race. on several occasions. What else have you reinvented recently?
Like 3 or 4 things that you told me
It's
that
fucking
already
crazy.
existed.
I'm always like, bro, this exists.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's just death race.
And fuck, I wish I was kidding. I feel real stupid that I haven't heard of these things.
He said it, and I was like, that already exists, called Death Race. He looks at me and goes, fuck you. No, it's not. I was like, no, it is. It's a real thing. They made 2 movies. It's a real thing.
Isn't Jason Statham in those?
Jason Statham is in the first one. Yeah.
I was going to say, because I remember looking him up and seeing Jason Statham on the cover and being like, how the fuck do I not know this exists? I love this man. I haven't seen everything he's in, but I'm aware of most of it. He was in a fucking Dungeons and Dragons movie a long time ago that was apparently
He wasn't in that movie. We talked about
that.
that. He
Was a
wasn't
different
in
guy
it.
who looked like him. That was
Different bald guy. Different bald British guy. What were you saying, Brie?
I was saying, so I know we're moving on to Daredevil soon, and I took notes so I could remember things. But now I'm looking at my notes, and I didn't put enough. So, because while I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, I'll remember what this means. I don't remember what most of this means.
So we should play a game where you read us your note and we figure it out together, and we'll
figure out which spot, because Dave and I both watched the episodes today.
So we'll call it the Daredevil Detective.
Welcome to the new game show called Daredevil Detective.
Well, my top note is, it's self-explanatory. I can figure that one out. Kamala's dad. That one, I know.
Getting to see Yusuf was amazing.
And
so heartwarming.
I talked
because I'm
little
watching
bit
the entire time. Like,
yeah, I know.
So I talked a little bit about it on my stream before we all came over here. Kamala's dad, because like that is a pain point for some people who watched it, because they feel like he pushes like people remembering Ms. Marvel too much. But the thing is, that's his. Well, no. But it's younger people who don't have kids and don't understand what it's like to be proud of your kid, right?
Yeah.
Who like don't have the concept of that, because like no, that's just how parents talk about their kids. Can you imagine being her dad and not being able to talk about the coolest thing she ever did? So you just talk about everything else.
Hold on. Do I have that
to
Funko
another
Pop?
superhero?
But yeah, so you get.
Does he have a pop?
Hold on. I don't have, because I think the one he has is like diamond. But hold on.
Oh yeah, the Miss Marvel pop.
But yeah,
I do. I have one Marvel character.
And so I was like, hey, I get that. And I get that could be weird to people who haven't like kind of experienced a parent like beaming over their child.
I 100% get where he's coming from.
And I, as an adult, I get where he's coming from. But in my personal life, I never saw a parent be proud of their child.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
God, more TikTok shit, bro. Out of your fucking mind, my guy.
Look. The other day, somebody tweeted in game on GTA RP. I'm going to clarify that now, so everyone has context. But I said
this just got depressing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gopher. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
No, I think Gopher might be older than I am.
Listen, my dad, it wasn't whether he said he was proud of me. I always got smacked. He's like, what was that? I know, something something you do in the future. Something I never caught you doing. I was like, oh, all right, cool.
I think it's this one.
Yeah.
It is. It's a very glittered up version of that one.
Yeah, his was just a limited edition.
It was probably what's the actress's name that plays Kamala?
Yvonne Milani.
That sounds right. But yeah, no, I could imagine she was just playing with a Funko on set one day, like with glitter and glue and shit when she wasn't shooting, because she is like actually a huge Marvel fan and was so excited to get the part. Yeah. So like that could just be a thing that she made of herself before they released one, and could actually be a thing she made.
Just be, yeah. That would be cool.
So I
yeah,
want to know
that was-
that's the lore we need, Matt Pat. That's the lore we need you to come figure out. Okay, figure out the lore of that silly little doll. Just this once, come back for us, bud. We miss you. All right. So
Please.
anyway,
I guess I don't know.
Do
look,
I go
okay.
to the next note?
Yes.
Yes.
And again, none of this makes any sense to me. This just says fencing dude talks to Fisk.
Oh, okay. So the
yeah.
swordsman from
The BB report video.
well, but also he is the swordsman from
Remember, it's
Kate
Hawkeye.
Bishop.
It's the dude.
Hawkeye, yes.
Yeah, Kate
It's
Bishop.
the dude from
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
It's the
It's
swordsman
Kate
from
Bishop's
Hawkeye.
stepfather.
Yes, correct.
Which is incredible. I got so excited when I saw him.
Duquesne. No,
I don't think it's
Jacques
not
Duquesne.
Francois. It's not Jacques.
It is Jacques Duquesne. In the comics, it's Jacques Duquesne. It might be Jack.
It's Jack. Yeah.
In the show.
I was gonna say it's not Jacques. It's Jack, which is
he's French.
Jack is
He's
French,
French in
yeah.
the comics. He's of French descent in the show. Because the name Duquesne is very French, especially when it's spelled with a Q.
yeah, incredibly. Yeah.
So Fisk goes to that high-profile party. Remember?
He didn't want to be there either.
He didn't want to be
Is this
there.
during episode? This is the serial killer episode. This is
No.
6, right?
No,
This is
this
the
is
bank
5.
episode.
This is 5.
This is 5.
Okay. I can't remember any Fisk in episode 5. I only remember the bank.
You only really see him at this party, and then
And
at the end of the episode, the end of the next episode, beating the snot out of Adam. As
That's one way to
Daredevil's
put
fucking up Muse.
it.
So we don't see a lot of Fisk in this, in these 2 episodes, but no, he's at that stupid fucking party, right?
Yeah, where he
And
sees a
where all
couple
the rich
people that we've seen
are,
in
and he's
other.
trying to do a
Yeah.
fundraiser, and the whole time he's there, he's like, these people don't understand. I'm trying to do what's good for the city, and I think he actually wants to do that port improvement because it will help the city. I think he's genuine in his want to drive the city of New York onward and upward. But even as a crime lord, part of the reason he did things the way it was the least impactful on the city as a whole.
Right.
So he has always kind of illustrated a care for the city of New York. I think he genuinely wants to do good things as the mayor. And I think this is him being frustrated with these people, and realizing for the first time, he's trying to do something because he cares about it, not for the money. And all these people are in it for the money. And it's kind of an interesting silhouette of how he used to act in regards to like the law. So
right. That's fair. Yeah.
I think it's meant to intentionally show that he is having a realization and experiencing something that is new to him in a way that is character building, right?
That's yeah.
And then doesn't he get like advice from Vanessa on how to talk to the people or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Vanessa is the shark that Wilson used to be. And she's reminding him that a lot of people are in this for more than just, they're not here to help the city. They have their own self-serving needs that bring them here. None of them really give a shit. They have too much money to need to care. Right? But yeah, I have complicated feelings about Wilson. Because
you want to like him, but you can't.
I'm scared to, because even the shit in episode 2 that he said to his task force that he put together, that felt very genuine.
Yeah.
That felt like, I think this will help. And coming from the background he did, of course he's going to pick the cops who aren't afraid to crack a few fucking skulls.
Did you just hold up? Did you just pull a fucking Uncrustable up out of nowhere?
It's not out of nowhere. She stepped away, left the room, and came back, and you didn't notice.
No. I didn't see her. No.
I'm high, not blind.
Okay, but I am. But I didn't see her
Only in
move
one
out
eye.
of the room. Yeah, that's half blind, Dave. Listen, if it's good enough for the state to not allow me on the road.
Okay, depth perception is pretty important to driving.
But I played fucking sports my whole life and never had a problem with depth perception, so they can eat my entire butthole. The whole thing. In and around. It's different when you're born with it. Your body figures it out real fast.
Big agree.
Yeah. When you're born like that.
Well, because your brain trains itself to look for other things to establish distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started doing this to try to like get an idea of what Chris sees all the time, but now I just am reminded of how does he look at these?
He turns. That sounds exhausting. I was thinking that as you were doing it, Bree. How does he?
That's why if you ever watch me turn my head a lot on streams and stuff, I'm always like looking around.
Well, yeah, because you can't look over the bridge. Like, and I'm not saying this to be shitty, but
no,
everybody
my
has
view
a blind
stops,
spot
like,
looking that way because of your nose.
Like I can see probably about up to here on my screen. This is so off topic, but I feel like you guys have always been curious. And what can I see? Everything out of this side, nothing out of this fucking side.
This one, it's for show.
Yeah, it's just
like
exists
penis
to be
before
pretty
he
and
died.
blue.
That fucker wasn't staying in detention without lots of chemicals.
Yeah. No, it's there to be pretty and blue. That's about it. And drift off to side, apparently, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't until recently that someone told me I had a fucking lazy eye. And I was like, hold on.
I never thought you had a lazy eye, but sometimes when people look at cameras certain ways, it can appear that one of their eyes is drifting one way or the other, depending on how their focus is pointed.
Dave, stop doing that. It's weird.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna smack you upside the head. Your eyes will stick like that.
But back to Daredevil. Going back to, because we talked about the end of the episode with Fisk, talking about the whole episode. Matt tries to go to the bank to get a loan or for something. It gets denied.
So they're trying to get a loan for Murdoch and whatever the lady's name is, because her name's on the door now, but I don't remember what the fuck her name is. She seems great though. We haven't talked much about her. She's great. Not the girlfriend, the law partner in the law firm.
I thought the partner's name was BB.
No. BB is the videographer news girl.
Yeah.
Who's the person that set them up? Matt and his girlfriend.
That's his partner at the law
Kirsten
firm.
McDuffie. Kirsten McDuffie.
Kirsten. Okay. Lots of different names of, and I'm over here. I'm like, I thought BB was this person, but that's that person. No. Okay. But so he tries to get a loan for the him and his partner. He talks to Kamala Khan's dad. It gets denied.
Yusuf.
He leaves. Yeah, he leaves. He hears a bank robbery start, so he's like, let me turn back around.
I'm gonna go back.
And the entire time I'm sitting there stressed out because I'm like, not Yusuf. He is a sweet man that just wants the best for his child and his family.
So they cannot kill either of Kamala's parents. Because of how they've built her psyche, they can threaten her parents as a motivation, but if they kill one of her parents, that flips the switch.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was just having flashbacks to Novocaine because that episode is basically Novocaine. There's a bank robbery.
Episode 5 is my favorite episode of the show. So
I think it's the best one so far.
The pacing is phenomenal. I love that the detective, who is very not Irish, will say, mocks the Irish gangster by using an Irish accent to tell a joke about Irish people and leprechauns.
Which
Was
is
that
great.
red or yellow? Was that red, yellow, green, or blue? Because that's what
Green.
the subtitles kept calling them, was red.
They were calling each
green.
other by their hood colors too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was green.
And that
Mr.
is
Green.
that is what you do in a bank robbery. Actually, I feel like parts of that scene pay homage to
Reservoir Dogs.
The structure is very much the same. The speech he gives at the beginning about everybody going home is very similar, right?
Very similar.
So I feel like that opening was like an homage to Reservoir Dogs,
which I love. Great fucking movie.
Yeah, so he goes back and they're all kind of being, you know, how bank robberies are. There's hostages, the police get involved. They're trying to get them to come out. They don't want to come out. They're like, we have hostages. You come in, we start shooting.
And then the cops later in the episode are like, if they're going to shoot him anyway. And I'm like,
we can save some of them at least.
What?
We can save some of them at least.
Yeah. Tell me that wasn't the mindset in the later in the episode, though. And the funny thing is, right, that is okay.
We want to go home.
So here's the thing. I know friends. I've known and had friends who were cops, sheriffs, all kinds of shit. And with rare exceptions, just about anything will be done to ensure that the number of casualties is reduced to as close to zero as possible. Yeah. Right? That is always the important thing. A lot of times that means that somebody on the top of a building somewhere a couple blocks away is just going to take care of the problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because anyway, but in that situation that they illustrated, it's very Gotham. Actually, is what I'm going to compare it to. It's very comic book, right? Because you have to drive the action somehow, and the cops will sit there all fucking day. As long as they can keep stalling the bank robbers, they'll sit there. They don't have anywhere else to be. As long as those guys don't actively start killing hostages, they are 100% safe because they have hostages. Unless they're stupid and stand in front of windows, all of them at the same time.
Which has happened. We've seen that.
Yeah. Fucking. But, yeah, this is one of those things where it's like, they had to push the story forward. That's not, I don't know. I have yet to meet a cop, and I've met a few cops who are assholes who would like to have their badge removed. But I have not yet met a cop who would make the call to go in and start shooting before the bad guys.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy.
But so they're trying to find like the manager of the bank to open up a safe, and we don't know what they're looking for yet. So they're like, the manager's not here. So they're like, all right, assistant manager. And who happens to be the assistant manager? Yusuf. And and they're like, do you know can you get into the safe? And he lies and says yes, even though he doesn't know. And I'm like, God damn it, Yusuf. You're stressing me out.
Like in that situation, he did what he felt he had to do, and I get it.
Yeah. So one of the bank robbers starts taking him down, or is that no? Matt asked for the bathroom. Starts taking him downstairs to try to get to the safe. Matt's like, all right, so because Matt finds out that he doesn't know. So he's trying to get down there,
pissing them off anyway. Like he was actively being a pain in the ass. Yeah.
And there's one lady in there who's important, but she's just like, hey, man, can you sit down before, they start killing us? Like, can you just listen to them? Like, you're making this kind of scary for all of us. So Matt asks for the bathroom. One of the other robbers starts taking him to the bathroom. And and he knocks that man down a flight. Well, they fight down a flight of steps.
Yeah,
fight down
they
a flight of
fist fight
stairs.
each other down a flight of stairs. And I tell you what, that guy who knew he could see and was sure the other guy couldn't, he was embarrassed as shit the whole way down that it was even a fight. Because you kept
now he's
like
getting his ass whooped too.
you could see when Matt first attacked him, like, and kudos to the actor, and I'm sure that they achieved this effect by saying Matt, the actor,
Charlie.
sometime between the top of this flight of stairs and the bottom of this flight of stairs, you're going to attack this man so that he doesn't know exactly when it happens, so that he will look surprised, because he looked genuinely shocked. Do you know how hard it is to look any emotion through a fucking sock?
Yeah. He had a full ass mask on.
And he looked surprised as shit.
And Matt takes that mask.
He just takes it. Yeah. Which is terrific.
So he knocks that guy out. He uses his echolocation to find where, because Yusuf is trying to stall, and he's like, oh, they change the password every week, or oh, can I get a snack first? And the dude's not playing, he's not buying it. He's like, you don't know, do you? All right. And that's when Matt comes out of nowhere and it's just like, yeah.
Nails the guy in
and
the back
he just
of the
goes
head.
down. He literally, I swear to God, because it didn't even look like a strike. It looked like he did the Vulcan neck pinch, and the man crumpled.
Yeah.
Right? It was just a casual like boop. And the man fell down. Went sleepy time.
And Yusuf just looked at him and goes, what the fuck just happened?
Because Yusuf is looking at a man that he is sure is blind, who just walked into this room without his cane and fucked this other guy up without either of them hearing. And Yusuf hadn't seen him up to that point. He just appeared.
So, where the fuck did this guy come from? You know,
can you imagine that from
over there,
Yusuf's?
Just,
he's a blind lawyer. Where the fuck did the blind lawyer come from?
Why is he walking without his cane? Hold on. What?
We had to take stairs to get down here. What?
Yeah. What the fuck? Little does he know. All right. Can we address something for a second? Daredevil's name. He is more fitting to have the name Batman.
Correct. However, his name is Daredevil. He was originally known. He was originally called Daredevil, the Man Without Fear.
Yeah.
Because of his
know,
ability to be hyper aware of his surroundings.
Yeah.
And he is an incredibly intelligent person, evidenced by the fact that he can...
Sano! Miedo!
Okay.
You had to be there.
But, based on the fact that, he could pass the fucking bar exam. And he has really good spatial awareness because of that. So he usually doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. He knows what's coming. Because he can look around the corner without having to be anywhere near the fucking corner. And I tell you what, that sounds like a great skill in a gunfight.
It really is. Yeah. You're like, hey, guess what? Where is he? Boop! There he is.
Man, can you imagine giving him the Farsight XR20 from Perfect Dark? The fucking gun that could shoot through walls.
Oh my god. It'd be unfair.
So after he knocks the dude out, I don't remember, because I know they somehow get into the safe, but I don't remember how.
They get in the safe because it's an old style tumbler safe instead of a digital safe. But because it's an old style tumbler safe, it's the same type of safe that you can use a stethoscope to crack, because all you have to do is listen for the pin to click into place.
The clicks. Yeah. Because I was messaging Chris at the same time that I was watching it, and I would pause and message Chris back. But then at one point I forgot to pause, and I'm messaging Chris back at the same time, so I missed a chunk. All I know is at one point I see Yusuf looking at Matt like, where did you come from? And the next thing I know, I look up and he keeps dropping the keys because his hands are shaking so bad.
Yeah, I know. And that's what Matt puts his hand on his back and goes, you're doing great. We're gonna get out of this.
You're doing great, sweetie.
We'll see your daughter again. And then he lights up and goes,
Yeah, that's exactly.
Kamala.
Which I love. I'm like, oh.
Because that's like...
Dad of the Year, Yusuf Khan. Dad
Yeah.
of the Year.
So yeah, they get into the safe, they find a gem, and they're like, why are these
It's a
people
diamond.
so a diamond? And they're like, why are these people so hell-bent on this diamond? And I think that's when Matt's like, they must be working for somebody.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So then...
But he had already heard them say something about having a boss. So...
Yeah.
Because,
so then
no conversations are private around Matt, the lurker, Murdoch.
Lurking in the shadows.
Yes.
So this is the part that made me start looking up. I was looking because he does a really... I don't know if it was a good Irish accent or not.
Actually, a good Irish accent.
It was a surprisingly good Irish accent, yeah.
Because I was looking up, I was like, okay, I know Charlie Cox is an American, but I don't... Is he Irish? Is that his natural accent? He's not. He's English. Yeah. But yeah, that's what led me down a rabbit hole.
Okay, but growing up in
English
England,
people can do
next to Ireland,
Scottish,
is kind of
Irish.
like me growing up next to people who speak, hey, y'all, pardon me, yeehaw, baby.
Yeah. Which was the most generic Southern accent I've ever heard.
Yeah, I can localize it in more, but that'll take me a minute.
South down to Orleans, down to Bayou.
Look, I was talking to my daughter, and she's like, so I've started doing this thing, and it's I will just start talking to someone in an accent.
Oh yeah, I do that too. It's crazy.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that's my fault. You get that from me. I also do.
That's my fault, he says.
And then she dropped into an English accent that sounded more correct than Hermione's, and the girl who played Hermione is English.
Emma Watson.
Yes. And she sounded like she had a more authentic accent than the girl whose accent is actually authentic.
Emma Watson, who was in the only good live-action Disney princess movie. No, one of two good Disney princess movies.
3. Well, technically, that I don't know if Aladdin counts as a Disney princess movie because Aladdin's the main character, but Jasmine,
a princess movie.
Jasmine is a Disney princess, but she is not.
It's not considered a princess movie.
Yeah, and people say Cinderella's good, but I haven't seen it.
It's not bad. Lily James does a good job.
I heard. Yeah, I heard Cinderella was good, but I didn't see it. But back to Daredevil.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. We keep getting sidetracked.
So
you should come break down these episodes with us, Matt Pat.
So I can't remember when the joke comes into play. Is that after? No, that's when he's still on the walkie-talkie. Yes. Or is that when he goes back upstairs?
I know this joke. Can I tell this joke?
Sure.
I'm not going to do the Irish accent, but the joke is actually surprisingly good. I actually laughed out loud at it.
I did laugh at it too. It was pretty fun.
So, all right. So there's this Catholic priest, and he finds a 4-leaf clover, and he picks it, and he rubs it, and a leprechaun comes out, and he gets his wish. Leprechaun's like, oh, yeah, Father, you'll get your wish, but first I need to know if you have any leprechaun nuns. And the priest goes, no, I don't think we have any leprechaun nuns. No, Father, I know you have to have leprechaun nuns, right? No. Ah, Christ, I fucked a penguin.
It was pretty good. I like that he goes, if you make me laugh, I'll give you 3 more minutes. And then he laughs and goes, you have 10 minutes before I start executing
hostages. Because he recognized, you know what? It's a good joke. And she had the balls to do it with an Irish accent.
To an Irishman.
As a definitely not Irish person.
That's who said it. Because I was like, I know it's over the walkie-talkie, but I couldn't remember who said it.
It was the detective.
Yeah, with the... And her Irish accent was...
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
recognizable as
Wasn't
it
bad.
was an Irish accent, I
Yeah,
guess,
it
which
wasn't
is the
bad.
important part of that. And the guy,
So then Matt,
I'm almost wondering if they didn't like give her a stack of jokes to pick from and not tell him any of them.
Yeah.
But also, I think I will laugh every time I hear that joke, and it will be genuine. Oh, Christ, I fucked a penguin. It
It was pretty good.
was pretty good.
Yeah, then they
but
go ahead. Finish your
no, I was just gonna say Matt and Yusuf go back upstairs. And the bank robbers that are left are just like, what the fuck? How did you? What the fuck? How did you get back up here? Where's the
Yeah.
rock? Where's Red or whoever?
Red and
Oh,
yellow,
he's
I think.
sleeping. Red and
I
blue.
know one was
Red and
Red.
blue.
I don't remember what the other one was, but yeah. So then Matt's overhearing the conversation from outside, and he's trying to talk the dude down, and the dude just doesn't want to listen. And then he's like, "Okay, if you give me the gem, I won't start shooting." I know it's something if you
Yeah.
give me
Yeah.
the gem. So he gives him something. It may be the gem.
He
It may
tosses
not
him the
be.
gem bag with presumably
Yeah.
the gem in.
You would assume the gem is in.
But it's not. And then the cops throw smoke grenades, I think,
Yep.
inside.
Yeah.
And
Flashbang and a smoke grenade.
Yep, so shit starts getting wild. One of the robbers ends up getting outside, but first he passes the bag off to the lady who was bitching at Matt about sitting down, and she has an awful wig on. I couldn't stop staring at how bad that wig was.
It was pretty bad.
So then Matt,
Did she have a? All I can remember of her is her hair. Did she have a face?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I couldn't stop staring at how bad the wig was. I don't know. I don't remember what she was wearing or what she looks like. I just remember that awful wig.
Yeah, no. All I can think of is the hair. Yeah.
So then she goes off somewhere. Matt puts on the red ski mask. It circles the corner and it puts his cane away and starts whooping this dude's ass.
Dude, he breaks his fucking leg in a gnarly way.
I blocked that out. Ew, I hated it. I blocked it out.
God. He fucked that dude
Devlin
up.
is not having a great day.
No, he's not walking right now, for sure. That's one
probably
thing.
not ever again. That's real hard to fix.
Yeah.
Did it bend? Which way did it bend? Forward or back? I think it bended
at
back.
the knee.
It went sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, he snapped his leg at the fucking knee.
So it wasn't I mean, the knee is also fucked up and broken now, but the knee isn't what broke and went the wrong way. It was the fucking shin, the top part of the shin.
Your leg is not supposed to go like this.
No.
The sound effect just made it even worse. I'm just like, oh.
It was so, and it was because like that wasn't Matt beating the shit out of someone because he was angry at them. That was Matt beating the shit out of someone because he had to make sure they weren't going to get up and get away.
And they didn't.
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
He
that man went away on a stretcher. For sure.
He was sleeping by the time he got there, though.
We
now,
see the woman.
Before Matt went outside, one of my favorite things to happen in the episode is the smoke grenades roll in.
Oh, okay.
Walked around the corner, right? Matt does. Walks around the pillar and just smashes his head against the wall and knocks him the
smashes
fuck out.
Yellow's head against the wall.
He's like, I need a medic. I'm blind. I need a medic.
Yeah, and the guy, wait, go. Yeah,
and then the other guy's
goes,
like,
no, he's with us. He's a hostage.
Yeah.
He was one of us. That was all hyped about his Mark Messier pup.
I need a medic.
That was cool.
I love that.
Matt Murdock's so great. Yeah. No, that was
So we
He
see
also sounds surprisingly a lot like a modern New Yorker, right? So somebody without that like
Yeah.
thick, like
he sounds like he's from Hell's Kitchen.
yeah.
and he's British.
Let's say I would for sure be the expert on that, considering out of the three of us, I live the closest and have spent more time in New York City.
Right.
Yeah, he definitely
so
his character sounds like he's from Hell's Kitchen.
So my office manager, with one of the guys I worked with, the first time I met her, she said, "Hi, how are you?" That's not how she said it, but she said, "Hi, how are you?" And I said, "Oh, you're from Queens." And she went,
Queens is the most distinguishable
"How the
accent.
fuck did you know that?" And I said,
"Yeah, Queens
I
is
used
the
to
most
watch The
distinguishable."
Nanny.
Yeah. I mean, she was from Flushing, but
The same.
well, it's kind of the same. Queens and Brooklyn are the most like notorious like New York accent.
Well, right, because Brooklyn. Hey, I'm walking here.
Kind of. That's more
It's-
Long Island.
It's
That's more Long Island.
Get out of here with that.
Yeah, no,
Fuck
Queens
you.
is very distinguishable.
So then we see the
Forget
lady with the
about it.
wig. The lady with the wig. I don't know her name. I don't care for her name. She's the
I think
lady
she
with
ever
the
had a name.
wig.
We'll call her Madam.
Um,
we'll call her Madam Hair.
She opens. Well, do we see her? Yes, I think we see her open up the bag and see that it's a piece of candy before we see Matt go. Because then Matt goes and visits Yusuf and is like just checking up on him and stuff. And Yusuf's like, none of this is going to change the fact that you got denied. And he's like, no, I'm just coming to check up on you. Like, that was some traumatizing shit.
Yeah. And he's like,
But
"Oh,
you got
thanks.
back
Well,"
home to your daughter.
and he's like, "You know what? I should have you. You should come over for dinner. We'll talk about ways for you guys to potentially make more money. Because if they
Yeah.
make more money, then they can afford it on their own without a loan, potentially, or maybe they'll be qualified if they make more money, etc., etc. Whatever, Yusuf's intended leaning in that is. The thing I love is the diamond never left the bank.
No, it didn't.
Matt didn't bring it back with him the next day. He just did a drop-in swap out of that candy jar before he ever put the thing in the
Yeah, because it's the old grandma candies, the gold wrapper.
And
those
the
butterscotch candies.
And the real
yes,
reason
they're so fucking
the
good.
Werthers, they are. They're my favorite. They're my favorite hard candy.
No, they weren't Werthers. Those were butterscotch candies.
Yeah, those are the
Werther's also
brand.
makes butterscotch discs. And they're the
Do
best.
They?
Oh, and they're hard
dude,
to find.
I'm all for a butterscotch candy. I fuck with the Werthers too. I've always fucked with Werthers.
Oh yeah.
They're delicious.
Especially they have ones that are like lightly salted now in their flavor profile. And,
they're real good. They sell them at CVS. Which I may have to go raid the Easter candy soon. Down there.
Ooh, thanks for the reminder.
If I can find me Cadbury eggs. Sorry, go ahead.
So earlier in the episode, I guess I don't remember this part, but I guess Yusuf offered Matt the candy, and Matt was like, "No." But then at the end of the episode, he's like, "I think I will take a piece," and he's like, "Good." And then that's when Yusuf starts looking, and that's when he finds the diamond.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't. Yeah, he just happened to see it at the top.
Yeah, no, Matt came back to point out the candy dish to draw Yusuf's eye to it. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's the whole reason he came back. So Yusuf could be like,
also to check up on him.
Yeah. Well, I think a bit of both.
A little column A, a little column B. But since he saw it was still in the dish, it gave him an opportunity to point out, hey, this is still here. You can make that right, too.
And I'm trying to think, is there anything else that other than Wilson that happens in the episode that I don't think so. Is that when we get our first look at Muse, or is that in the next episode?
That's our second look at Muse.
Second look at Muse.
Yeah, in the alley with the two girls.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Wilson is talking to them. They find out they have a serial killer. And that it's Muse. Because of
my
the
favorite
sanitation.
line. My favorite line in that is, The police didn't. The police found out about a serial killer after the sanitation department did. Maybe it's time we change some things, or maybe it's time we change some protocols.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I think
that's a
the next
problem when you're.
episode starts when they're cleaning the they're
Uh-huh.
trying to clean it off
Yeah.
the thing, and that's when they find out that this crazy person is using his victim's blood and mixing it in with the paint to paint with his victim's blood. I'm like, that's dark.
That
Uh-huh.
dude, Muse is one of the darkest fucking villains. That Silence of the Lambs shit.
Well, Muse is very much based on Pikmin from H.P. Lovecraft's
Yes.
The Pikmin Gallery,
Yes.
which you can visit a new reimagining of the Pikmin's gallery in Fallout 4? 3.
I think so.
3.
Is it 3?
It's 3 or 4.
And-
It's one of the two. It's Boston or DC. Take your pick.
And I'm gonna
Fair.
say that even though we've had some instances of like the TVMA rating up to there, that TVMA rating is completely because of Muse. Mainly because of Muse.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we've had foul language, we've had some violence, but Muse.
We've had a lot of fucks.
Look, most of the fucks feel forced. Matt's fuck it. About 3/4 of the way through episode 6 feels good. I like that
Yeah.
one. And every time the Irish guys said fuck, it was fine.
Irish people swearing is my favorite thing on the planet.
Well, right, because it's
'Cause it
like
feels-
breathing.
Yeah, it's like swearing in New England. Again, you think about the majority of the settlers in this area are Irish and English. What are they good at? Drinking and swearing and fighting. That's what we do in New England. That's what we do strictly.
We do that in the Midwest too, but sometimes we also fight cattle.
You guys fight cattle in tornadoes.
We fight cattle and tornadoes. Dude, fucking tornadoes.
Speaking of, before we end the show, I do have something to talk about there too. But
Okay.
we'll after
Yeah.
we recap. Yeah.
Episode 7, I'm trying to remember, like, as specifically as episode 6, but
You sound
I
like you're
know-
underwater.
it's
Oh.
Okay.
Can't hear you at all now.
I was saying continue.
Oh. Nope, it's okay, Angel. I would also yell about confirming that we fight cattle and tornadoes.
I was gonna say, yeah, Angel's kind of a expert on that too.
I went to where Angel used to live for work frequently.
Yeah.
Like, that's how close we were together. I covered 7 states, but she was in one of those states in one of the areas I covered.
Fair enough. You were saying, Brie?
Does it sound any better, or is it still underwater?
Nope, it's
It's-
fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember the plot by plot of episode 7. I know it starts with them trying to wash the blood off, or the paint. What they think is just paint. They find out that it's a mixture of blood. That's when. No, I
Well,
think it's later in the episode.
it starts with them finding the girls
Yes.
dead against the wall. And then them just saying, yeah, he's mocking the NYPD now. Like, and they go through all of that. It turns out that there's probably an upwards of 60 victims, if not more.
But they've only
'cause
been
there's
able to
12
identify
murals.
12.
Yeah, though they've only found 12 murals.
Because I think they said something about they've been able to identify some, but like the blood is getting mixed together to go in the paint to go on the wall, so it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to get an accurate estimation.
Mhm.
And that's at the point where Kirsten and Matt are in an office. They are talking when is there Angela, Hector's niece, Angela, yeah, she comes in talking to Matt about what her uncle was onto, which apparently was Muse. Talking about all the stuff that was happening there down, and how Matt said he couldn't help, so she decided to take it upon herself to go
And she's like, my uncle
investigate it.
always said that you can't
trust
depend on other.
people to do something you could do yourself.
Yeah. So she goes on her own little side quest under it throughout, like, not sewage drains, but like, I can't think of the right word.
It was a subway
Subways.
platform that was closed down.
Yep. So she goes on her side quest to try to figure out, what's going on. Muse captures her because what Muse, I don't fully grasp what Muse is. I guess that's how he's getting the blood out of them to put in the paint but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, he's siphoning their blood and putting it in a giant, what looks like decanter.
Well, because he put an IV in and then he would like stab something in to drain the blood out.
Yeah.
So he captures her. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff in between that I'm forgetting, but I just can't remember right now. My notes end at bad wig. Actually, no, it goes from bad wig to something else. But that something else is later in the episode. So she gets captured. I think, is it her mom that calls Matt and is like, hey, she's missing. She's never been gone this long. She's not answering her phone. Have you seen her? She said she was coming to see you. So this is what causes him to finally get the costume out.
To finally fuck it.
Yeah, when he finally got to fuck it and put on the suit. And it was epic.
I want to agree with you. The suit does not look good with the scruff.
No, he needs to either find a new color on the suit, or a new cut of the mask, or shave the beard.
Well, based on the trailers that we got before the show came out, eventually we're getting the ketchup and mustard suit,
which is kind of a dope costume, but he needs to figure out his facial hair situation.
Yeah. So while
you I think Dave's brain's broken.
Sorry, I just became Harry from Third Rock.
Yeah, you do look like
you later.
I was to say you look just like French Stewart now.
But while he's doing that is when Wilson goes to Adam and he has an axe and he throws the axe in the room, and this is a part where y'all will probably be able to answer this. Was he giving him a chance to get away if he didn't attack him?
No.
He was giving him a chance.
He was
to
saying,
fight.
if you went out, you'll have to go through me.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to even the odds. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you.
Well, I wasn't sure if he was like, if he didn't attack him, if he had just let him leave.
No.
Or if, okay, so even if he hadn't attacked him, he was still going to fight him.
He had to fight for his way out. That was the only way.
Basically, the option was, look, you can stay in there and just stay in there. Or you can try to leave, and you'll have to go through me. I take the axe.
And so he attacks him with the axe, or he tries to. It does nothing.
It turns out the axe doesn't do shit.
Well, okay, the axe doesn't do shit because Adam doesn't know how to use an axe in combat. And
not everyone's trained in LARPing.
Well, no, okay. First off, HEMA, LARPing is something entirely different. You just offended an entire subculture of people. I'm one of them.
C'est bon.
It happens. Or it's good.
Say more.
It's good.
Not only is he not trained with it, he's also, even if Wilson's been feeding him, he's probably still malnourished and not to his top strength. So
Right.
Not only that, not many people in that like story or like that whole like Daredevil world. Not many people are stronger than Wilson Fisk. That's
Well,
kind of his thing.
He's
I'm saying it's a
stupid
combination
strong,
of both.
and he has lots of hand-to-hand, not training, but experience and trial and error.
Yeah,
He knows
he's
how
fucked
to
up
fight.
a lot of people. Yeah.
And this is where my other note comes in, where I said that there's such cool shots because while Fisk is fighting Adam, it keeps cutting back and forth to show Matt fighting Muse. And I think that there's such cool shots.
Can't hear you at all. No. It's because you touched your earbud. Like when you talk, it. Hello?
Testing.
That's a little better, but it's quiet. You sound far away. Oh. Okay, so the way you had it turned, I think your ear was covering the microphone.
Maybe. It was working fine
Testing.
before. I don't know what
That's
you did.
good.
Well,
We're good.
way better.
Okay, I was saying that that my note says such cool shots, which makes the bad not even shots. Just there's a few funky CGI moments, like Chris mentioned in the first episode. There's one in this episode. I don't remember where it's at, but it's like Matt kind of like goes at the camera, and it looks bad.
It's right in the beginning of the fight scene, and that's like the worst CG part that I saw. Everything else looked fine.
But all the other, like it's going back and forth between and showing how Fisk fights to kill and Matt fights to wound and put down long enough to, yeah.
I don't know. He did not look like he fought with the intention of maiming Muse. That looked a little more aggressive than fighting to hurt. He was trying to fucking kill Muse.
Well, I guess it's better put, like it shows the difference of their fighting techniques, where Daredevil, he's not as, big as Fisk. Like he's still a strong dude, but he's not like a wall. So he's more agile and he's more versus Fisk is just a wall. All he has to do is punch you a couple times.
I think
Fisk will absorb a blow that Matt would
duck. He would parry or
right.
yeah.
Fisk
I
will
think
just go,
what it also bang.
You remember when he
think what
imagine man swings axe at you, you just casually grab axe and then look angrily
and then just
at man
fucking body shot him.
Fucking
I think what it also shows is the story development between the two of them who both vowed not to fight anymore. They both vowed to be different people. And at this point, at the exact same fucking time, at the exact same time, they've both reverted back to the people they were before Fisk became mayor, before Foggy died. Like it's this full circle moment for their characters to which they really are both, and the title works in this, they're both born again into a better version of what they were. And I think for character development, that was such a really cool shot to use.
Yeah.
And then there's another shot that I really liked, and it's probably a very simple camera trick, but it was actually cool because I think it's Matt gets Muse down, and you see Muse laying there, and as he turns over from his back to his stomach to get up, the camera just follows him as he, and I was like, that's nice camera work.
Yeah.
Which
that's super
makes
cool
the bad
work,
CG look worse.
That's easy to edit.
I was gonna say, as long as you have good footage,
that's an editing.
It's easy
that's
to edit.
That's editing.
So basically, they had one camera shot that was probably 8K that they need to pull 4K video out of.
Right.
That's just him rotate. That's just a steady camera of him sitting up, and then you track his face with the.
I was gonna laugh because I was just about to say, is Breeze just going to bed? Like, is it? That's it. Breeze just going to bed. Good night. Oh, did she found a headset?
No, laptop is dying.
Oh, you should probably plug that in.
Yeah, it's what that was the power brick.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I couldn't see it from that far. Remember, I only have one fucking eye, Dave.
That doesn't affect how far you can see. It affects your field of view.
I didn't say I had good
Okay,
vision out
I
of
will-
this eye.
Wait, so you're trying to tell me you're blind
What
in one
did
eye and
I
can't see out of the
fucking
other?
Same, Angel. I don't want to keep touching my headset, my earpiece, because I know it keeps fucking with the volume, but it keeps feeling like it's about to fall out.
I hate that. Okay, so they don't make earbuds for people with big heads. No offense, you're tall. Your head is going to be larger in scale than someone who is not as tall, right?
My mom tells me every day I have a big head because she had to push it out, so it's just
Okay.
gotten bigger.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I have that problem with earbuds all the time, and the big ones are too big, and the medium ones are too small. And I'm like, I know I have the biggest head of anyone I know. How the fuck is anybody fitting the fucking this thumb in their ear, right?
Yeah, I think I can't tell if these are the big ones or the medium ones. I think they're the big ones.
I use the small size because I have little itty bitty ear
But-
holes.
That's one of the reasons I really like these IEMs that I got, because
The
they go over
in-ears
the
are
top
amazing.
of my ear.
Yeah, in-ears are amazing. I've had several pairs. I love them. They're great.
Dude, these are the best like $8 I've ever spent.
I want to get a wireless pair.
I just
I
took
have a
these
pair
from
that
my
I like.
mom
There you go. Good enough.
because I can't find mine.
Fair.
F. But
You're a
yeah, no,
prick.
we get to me.
Yes.
Just said
I-
F.
I
F in chat, boys.
said fair, and you're like, F. F means fail, Chris.
It'd be
F's
like
in
that.
chat means fail.
Hey, it's
That's
all right.
why
I
it's
mean,
press-
shit happens.
Press X to pay respects, and F is fail. It's also press X.
I'm
to doubt.
trying this new heel persona out. Apparently, this started on Monday.
No, Goss is the heel.
Oh, apparently I'm the
thought
heel now.
I was the heel.
No, you're a tweener. No, you don't know what the fuck you want to be. You are the Danhausen of the group. You're very nice but very scary. That's his whole gimmick. That's his whole gimmick. He's very nice but very very scary.
Hang on. That is Mr. J. Before I got
Yeah.
off, and I know this is off topic, and I don't care because it's hilarious. There was this
I'm gonna
guy
send you clips of Danhausen.
riding a bicycle. And so I pull into the wrong direction of traffic to chase him down in my purple and green van going, hey, new friend, hey. And so he stops, and he can't talk at first. And I said, get off your bike. And he gets off his bike, and then I steal it. And I told him to get in the van. And so he got in the van. And I said, you're not saying anything. I'm going to call you Bob. And so I called him Bob for a while, and then he started talking, and I think his name is Chad.
I like Bob better.
I kept calling him Bob. But at one point, so we went and did bumper cars, and then we were driving somewhere else. And I don't know if he thought he was a hostage or if I thought he was a hostage, but it was a potential hostage scenario. I told him at some point he should meet my girlfriend. Her name's Tabitha, and she thinks it'd be very nice to meet him. I also asked him if he wanted to be important. And he said, yeah, I'd love to be important. And I said, do you want to do it the easy way or the hard way? And he said, well, I mean, the easy way is always better, right? And I'm like, okay, well, the most important most people will get is as a statistic. So I can make you a statistic right now if you'd like. Stab. I didn't stab him. I never harmed him. We just had like a nice day go-karting and bumper cars.
Fair. That's fair.
But I kept saying this weird shit because it's Mr. J.
Oh,
Where did we leave off? Oh yes. So
Leave a f-
so So Fist just murders Adam, and
No, he's still alive.
Matt.
No, I don't think he's alive.
He
I
was
was say,
breathing.
is he just sleeping?
He was breathing.
I don't think he was breathing after that last hit.
When Fisk is
I
sitting
think-
on his bed, you can see him breathing while he's laying on the floor.
Oh,
Well, I mean, that could
I
also
just
just be the actor
assumed-
breathing.
Okay, here's the thing. It's easy enough to freeze frame Adam so he's not breathing, because it was very obvious breathing. You can combat actor breathing.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
but so Adam is either dead or very injured. And then Matt gets Muse down on the ground. So then he goes, and I guess I don't know if he thinks that he's knocked him out or if he's like, oh, I should probably go to Hector's niece because that's the more important thing in this scenario. So he goes over, he takes the thing out of her, and I can't remember how he gets her breathing again, but
He
she
starts
starts
doing
breathing
CPR
again.
because Muse gave her some sort of drug that stopped her heart.
Yeah.
So he gave her CPR and brought her back.
And so she lives. Everything
does
after that, I don't remember. I don't remember
That's
what
the
happens
end of
after
the
that.
episode.
Pretty much
Okay.
the end of the episode, yeah. Yeah, I'd say overall 5 is probably my favorite so far. It's just such a great episode.
It's,
And
the structure's good. The
I mean,
pacing's good.
yeah.
The balance of humor and action and like tense stress points is really well balanced.
Right. And I mean, we've talked about when we reviewed Miss Marvel, I love the Khan family. I do. They're what a great family. All of them are fucking great. So to be able to see Yusuf, and I'm assuming in the next coming in the coming episodes, there's a chance we might see Kamala.
Kamala's in California.
Yes. Well, he said they'll meet for dinner when his daughter comes back, and he's like, "Yeah, so I can meet this famous Kamala," because he wanted to meet his daughter. So they could cut that to another time. Maybe. But yeah, overall I'm thoroughly enjoying the show.
And I like how they made Yusuf like actually like important to the plot, because if he had just been like a cameo, people would have been bitching about it. So I like how they actually made him like important to that episode and not just he pops up like, oh, there he is, and then move on.
Right.
Yeah. And this is the first time, if I remember correctly, that we actually see what he does for a living. Because I don't know if it's ever mentioned in.
So they might have mentioned it.
I think he says to somebody he's in finance.
Possibly, yeah.
But that makes sense. He's an assistant bank manager at one of the biggest banks in New York.
Yeah.
And he would be in finance since he was talking to Matt about financing an expansion for his business.
He's not lying.
So I guess that makes sense.
Yusuf, good dude.
He is.
Yusuf, oh my god, Yusuf is a good dude.
S tier.
We say
S tier.
Yes, S tier for sure.
The Khans are also one of the most realistic like family dynamics in the MCU, and it's adorable.
And I grew up with a girl who was Pakistani, and her that's where her family is from. And like Middle Eastern families are just like that.
They're just chill, dude. Okay.
Oh
so
my god, I never left that house without food, bro. It was the best.
Okay. So when I was doing residential service work, right? I always dreaded going into Middle Eastern or Indian families' homes anytime near a mealtime.
Because you got food.
You don't get to leave unless you eat.
No, yeah. And if you're
Mom
leaving,
or
you're
grandma
bringing it
will
with
whoop
you.
your ass and tell you you're too thin if you're 300 fucking pounds, and your ass is going to sit down and have a meal.
I always, every time, like, it was funny because anytime I was at this house, he would always be like, you don't tell you. It's like, you're the only friend that never like says no to my mother. I'm like, I'm from an Italian family. You know what you don't tell an Italian woman? No to food.
Yeah,
I was like,
and
I learned at an incredibly young age.
So I talked to my boss about it, and I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to let you know right now. I know it's technically against the law because of my line of work, it was technically against the law for me to accept food from them.
You
right?
can't just do that.
But it is such a cultural faux pas to turn down food.
You can't. Yeah,
especially
it's
for people who
incredibly
come
rude
from
to
like
them.
desert countries,
Yeah,
right?
it's incredibly rude to them.
Like
if
food
you
is a
that.
celebration, right?
Yeah.
And fucking, I've eaten with families who like mealtime was like it was a party, right?
Oh yeah,
and they
the
weren't
Middle Eastern food's so good.
they weren't like drinking and shit. There were
But it's
more
just a
than a
good time.
couple of
Everyone's-
dads who'd sit down after the meal with his hash pipe.
Yeah, of course.
Right? But like, man, good food. But look, when white people say something spicy, it means something different than when
You don't
an Indian
understand.
woman from India says, now this is a little spicy. No, your asshole's gonna bleed later, homie. That does not mean the
You
same
don't
thing to her
understand.
as it does to
No.
you.
No.
And I have the palate of a 5-year-old. I can't handle any kind of spice. I had a girl in high school where I believe she was from India, but I'm not exactly sure. But I went to her birthday party and everything was just the
Everything is
naan was good.
spicy. Oh my god, I
The
love
naan
naan.
was delicious.
I love naan.
But I tried to get some of, I don't know if it was chicken or I don't remember what it was, but the meat, it was good. It just, my stomach didn't like me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I somebody asked me because I went to a farmer's market and they were selling naan that they had made that morning. And so I made tacos with it.
That sounds actually it was probably delicious.
It was great.
It sounds like it's probably delicious.
But I was working with a Hispanic guy and he goes, "The fuck kind of tortilla is that?" And I went,
"It's not flat enough, man."
well, no, but I looked at it and I'm like, oh, no, this does look like somebody who doesn't know how to make a tortilla tried to make a tortilla a little bit.
Tried to make a tortilla, yeah.
And I'm like, no, homie, this is naan. And he's like, you mean like that shit I get with my tikka masala? I'm like, yeah, same shit. He goes,
Yeah.
Yo, I bet that would make fire tacos. I'm like, you want one? I have 3.
That sounds good.
It does. It's good.
Do we have anything before the music segment?
I think that's it. Oh, yes. When I mentioned tornadoes, there is a documentary on Netflix about the tornado in 2011 in Joplin, Missouri. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was an EF5. It was massive. Basically wiped the whole city off. Yeah. The documentary is fantastic. They did such a great job. Hats off to the media company that made it. I can't remember who they were, but I highly recommend if you're into documentaries and stuff. It is a fantastic watch. I remember it, obviously not living in the Midwest. It was different for me, but yeah, I very much so remember how crazy that shit was. It was nuts.
I was an adult when it happened.
Yeah, because it happened 2011.
And not only wasn't
I was
adult,
alive. I just don't remember it.
I was working in
you
Missouri when that happened.
That's crazy.
I wasn't anywhere near Joplin. I was up by Kansas City.
But, it wiped out pretty much the whole city.
Basically erased a whole, and not even like a little like small Midwest town. It was a good size.
Joplin, Missouri is pretty big.
Yeah. And the whole thing just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really get tornadoes here. So when we do, like we got one maybe 10 years ago that knocked out a couple elementary schools and it was bad. But like we've never had anything that's like wiped out an entire city. That's the hurricanes.
It lasted for 46 minutes. It went for a total path length of 21.62 miles. Estimated intensity was anywhere from 220 to 250 miles per hour. It caused $2.8 billion in damage, which now, for money now, would be $3.91 billion. It killed, was it 158 people? I think.
I don't know. It was enough people that they wouldn't all fit in a van. Don't ask me why that's relevant.
I'll put it to you this way. If you've ever seen the movie Twister, the F5, granted Twister took place well before, that movie was made well before this happened.
Yeah.
But that tornado, that hand of God tornado that they called, that's what hit Joplin, Missouri.
Yeah.
It was bad. But no, the documentary is fantastic. They have a bunch of people that were there that survived it. It was very well done. And with a lot of those, I have a hard time with them because it's like, you want to make sure it's done respectfully and tastefully.
But you don't want it to be depressing.
So, yeah,
because that's a hard line to
like,
toe. Is you want it to be tasteful and respectful. You also don't,
and you don't
want it to be
glorify. Yeah, and you don't want to glorify the like damage that was done. And this was very well done. So highly recommend. With that being said, let's round it off with our music segment. Bree, what is your song of the week? Because I know you want to talk about it.
My song of the week, and before I get into this, I'm not talking about U2. So my song of the week is a song called Ain't Shit by Doja Cat. It's a song, what's the Twitch appropriate way to talk about this song? Men ain't shit. That's essentially what the song is about, that men ain't shit. Fuck them all, not you, not President Company not included. Okay. But yeah.
No. Look, I understand that sentiment, right?
There's also context that's not here, that hasn't been more to it. But yeah, you're right. I get you.
Yeah. Just know. Men ain't shit.
Well, we love you, Bree.
At least somebody does.
Okay. Listen, my job's the depressed one, all right?
No, remember, I'm the negative Nancy.
You are the Ian. You are the
Ian.
Ian.
I can't deal with two Ians. You two need to figure it the fuck out. Okay? Okay?
Something along
Which one of you is going to be Ian? You can trade off every week. Maybe you can have it on weekends, Chris.
We'll have joint custody of the Ian.
You'll have joint custody of the Ian. You get to be Ian on weekends and holidays because you have a penis. And you get to be Ian every other time that you want to be. And if you don't want to be, then he has to be. Sound good, Bree? Oh, sorry. Is it not appropriate to split it up like child custody is done on average in this country because nobody gives a shit about? Anyway.
That's all. That's a whole other conversation.
I forgot. I was going to say that my actual song of the week is Ain't Shit by Doja Cat. But I have some honorable mentions. Basically, any song that says fuck men. Plan B by Megan Thee Stallion. Most songs by Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert.
Even though both of them are happily married.
By Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Well, Miranda Lambert, I don't know if she's happily married, but I know that Carrie Underwood is very happily married.
Yeah, I know Todrick, Jake.
Someone that's lucky that they're very far away from it.
Hey, look. If you need Big Brother from another mother to come handle shit,
we can have a conversation.
I can make people forget they ever existed. I'm good at that.
People forget they existed. You have erased a whole person's entire fucking day.
I have.
Yeah.
That is actually what I was referencing.
But yeah. Dave, what's your song?
In this week's Dave Levels Up, shameless plug, Dave.
Yes. Okay, but to be fair, if you released a single out of thin air because you did, you would talk about it, and you should.
What
Talk more
should
about your
talk about
music.
it or release a song?
Both.
Oh.
Both.
I
We'll
mean,
work
I have
together.
released our song.
Have
Have
your
you
people
listened to the
contact my
shit that
people.
happens on Less Than Normal? All of that was my brainchild.
I know, it's good. It's good.
Our theme song is me, so if you guys have a problem with it, fucking say it to my face.
Say it with your chest. Speaking of Kevin
Are you
Hart.
sure? Because didn't we get copyrighted for it?
Yeah, and you saw how fast that shit changed? All I said was, "This is mine," and the guy rescinded it, and I was like, "Yeah, go ahead. Let's try to prove that was yours, pal."
Um,
And that was the Pucked Up theme. But yeah, your song, Dave. Give us to us.
Oh yeah, Kingpin by Mr. J. Mr. J being my GTA RP character, and the song being about something that happened in RP that I just threw a whole bunch of shade at. It's not as severe as it was the first time I wrote it. I'll just put it that way. Oh, welcome back.
You ever hit the wrong button?
Yes, all the fucking time. Most of the time when I leave a call and I say Discord doing Discord things, it's because I was trying to click something else and I hung up.
I never hit the wrong button because I'm a woman and I can find the button.
Girl. Hold up. Hold up. You capsized that little man in the boat.
Jesus
Get him.
Christ.
Beat the shit out of him. You deserve it.
Jesus Christ. Bree is in her villain era now.
Oh, you can join me. Do you want to be Harley Quinn, except I'm not going to beat the shit out of you and say stupid things?
As long as you're not Joker.
No, I'm Mr. J. Different person. Legally distinct.
Legally. Hey, Ron, it's Godzilla. Actually, due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is, Godzilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else about your song, or
it was
Chris?
fun. It was fun. I liked
Okay.
it. Go check it out. I don't have a link for you because I'm
So
bad at promoting stuff. Fuck you, Chris. It's your turn. Start talking now.
my
For the love of
my
God.
song of the week is represented by the band that I'm wearing the shirt of today. I picked "Falling Away from Me" by Korn. It's a great fucking song. I have such a hard time deciding on what my favorite Korn song is. They have so many good ones. I was gonna pick Twisted Transistor, which I love, but "Falling Away from Me" hit me. It just is in my head the whole time. And I was like, fuck, I need to listen to Korn.
I think that is
this t-shirt. I think this t-shirt's from like 2015 when I saw them with Slipknot. It tells me
feels
somewhere
right.
on the back of my shirt. I don't know if you guys can see the dates. Is it saying anywhere?
2014.
2014.
Okay. 2014. Thank you. I was like, it's on the back of the
but
shirt.
if
I'm
it's
not
the
taking the shirt
2014
off.
tour, you probably did get it in 2015.
No, because I got this at the show when I saw them. So this was because it was the end of their tour, which ended in 2014.
Gotcha.
Because it was not long after Slipknot put out the Gray Chapter.
Gotcha.
Chapter 5.
All right.
So it was like 2014. But yeah, I fucking love Korn. Great band. Not many metal bands just randomly have bagpipes.
Fair.
So
Especially American metal bands.
yeah, Jonathan Davis does. All the time. Yeah.
No.
What is your honorable mention, Dave? What is it?
I'm nervous.
What's this? What's this?
No. Scale.
And I realized
it's Owl City.
I never sent.
Sorry, what?
I was saying I realized I never sent my music corner, but I've now decided on a music corner. So
well, I'm glad you've decided.
Yes.
It's Owl City. Owl City's great. I remember, I think they made it big they got major recognition off of Fireflies for the first time,
That's a great song.
which I believe is on the second album.
First album?
Is it the first?
Not us Googling Owl City.
I don't know. I didn't look up anything for this because it's just the part where I talk about, hey, look, Owl City's good. They have lots of bangers. They have It's Always a Good Time with Carly Rae Jepsen. Fucking certified banger. All right?
It just says it's the debut single from Owl City's album Ocean Eyes.
Oh, so it's their second album, yeah.
It is their second album? Okay. I thought it was. But yeah, so good. So good. Do they do a lot of stuff that I would consider groundbreaking? No. They're just
They're
generally
pop band.
real good.
Yeah.
You don't
They're
have
like
to be groundbreaking
Imagine
to be good.
Dragons.
Yeah. Imagine Dragons doesn't do a whole lot that's
They're-
like
They're not groundbreaking, but
No,
they're fucking great.
They're great.
Owl City also has a song on Wreck-It Ralph, and it's wonderful.
Where can I see you again?
Yes, yep,
Oh, oh, oh.
But yeah, no, Owl City's just one of those bands that kind of they wind up in a playlist that they don't belong in, and you're like, it's all right. I'll let it slide. Fireflies wound up in my I'm the Villain playlist somehow. Don't know how it happened.
That's crazy.
But it gets to live there now because even a villain gets to like the song Fireflies by Owl City.
You know what a villain also has on his or their playlist? Party in the USA, because it's a banger.
Hands up the flame, song the
Butterflies
butterflies
away.
Bro, that song's a banger. I don't trust anyone who doesn't like that
Fretting
song.
The fire's like, yeah. Sorry, we only torture the folks we don't like. You're probably gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the CIA. Need a country to stabilize.
What is happening?
Look no further, we're your guys.
I genuinely, we have reached the point of the show where I have no fucking clue what's happening. Zero clue what's going on.
And a better dental plan than the FBI.
If I had a cutoff button, we're getting the hook.
I'm surprised you don't know that song.
God. I don't. Should I? Is it something I should know?
It really is, because you also have a great respect for the person who recorded it.
Is it a Weird Al song?
It's a Weird Al song.
Dave, I'm gonna be honest. Weird Al's awesome. I only know like 4 Weird Al songs.
Oh.
I know 2. Stuck in the Drive-Thru and Amish Paradise.
Weird Al would be disappointed.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm wearing a Korn t-shirt. If that tells you exactly like
so would Daniel Radcliffe.
The best casting of a movie ever.
My God. Weird Al's like, okay,
hey,
I'm
you know
tall
what?
as shit and Jewish. So where's the shortest English dude we can find?
Gopher, you can join the long list of people in my life that are disappointed in me. So, which is a lot, by the way.
It's a long line. We'll try to get to you by Easter, but it's not looking good.
Take a fucking number. What is that it, Dave? Do you have anything else to add on Owl City?
Owl City, good. Go listen to Owl City.
Okay, free.
So, I mentioned this name when I was talking about all of my honorable mentions for my song of the week. And I've done one of the crazy country women. Let's cover the other one.
Miranda Lambert?
Yep.
I've had it land.
She started her career, and I love her. Her career started in early 2001 when she released her self-titled debut album, which she released independently. In 2003, she finished in 3rd place on the television program Nashville Star, which is a singing competition.
Yes, it is.
She has been honored by the Grammys, the Academy of Country Music Awards, and the Country Music Association Awards. She has been honored with more Academy of Country Music Awards than any artist in history, and was named by the Chicago Tribune as the greatest country music artist of all time. In 2019, in 2019 is when that happened. In 2024, Lambert was awarded the Country Icon Award at the People's Choice Country Awards. Her second and major label debut album, Kerosene, which was released in 2005, was certified platinum in the United States. It produced singles Me and Charlie Talking, Bring Me Down, Kerosene, and New Strings. All 4 singles reached the top 40 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs. Her second album, which is mainly what I know, called Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, was released in early 2007. 3 of its singles, Famous in a Small Town, Gunpowder and Lead, and More Like Her, peaked within the top 20 on the country songs chart, with Gunpowder and Lead becoming her first top 10 entry in 2008. Her third album, Revolution, had 2 singles, The House That Built Me and Heart Like Mine, which topped the Hot Country Songs chart. Her fourth album was released in 2011, and then her 5th album, titled Platinum, was released in 2014. The record won the Grammy Award for Best Country Album, and the album's lead single, Automatic, reached the top 5 on the country charts. Her 6th studio album, titled The Weight of These Wings, was released in 2016 and subsequently certified platinum by the RIAA. Her 7th album went on to win the Grammy Award for Best Country Album in early 2021. 3 of those singles reached the top 20 of the country music charts. She later collaborated with singer-songwriters John Randall and Jack Ingram for the album The Marfa Tapes, departing from her usual sound and opting for an acoustic stripped-back feel. It was released in 2021 to acclaim from critics. She released her 8th studio album in 2022. That same year, she was listed on 100 Most Influential People by Time. So she is, between her and Carrie Underwood, they're both 2 of the most two of the most awarded women in country music, outside of, people like Shania Twain and Dolly.
Yeah, but Shania only lasted really the 90s, and then her career fizzled out.
Well, she made it into the early 2000s.
Yeah. And that was kind of her career. And like, I'm not saying, trust me, I'm a millennial. I'm not saying anything bad about Shania Twain.
Shania.
But Shania.
Twain.
But yeah, I mean, Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert are definitely up there with some of the most successful country singers of all time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you think about it, Carrie Underwood didn't even win her year of the American Idol.
I think she got 3rd, and
she finished 3rd. Kelly Pickler won. And where the fuck is Kelly Pickler? Yeah.
Because that was the
She
second
got crushed
season of
under the
American
contract
Idol.
you get stuck with if you win American Idol.
Well, Kelly Clarkson won, but that was the first season.
Yeah, and then that's Kelly Clarkson is the most successful winner.
Yes. Well, did Daughtry win?
No,
Chris Daughtry didn't win.
Did Ruben Studdard win?
No.
Ruben won.
He got second place to Clay Aiken.
Oh, Clay
That's
won.
right.
Yeah.
They were on the same season.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to remember, did Scotty win? Because Scotty McCreery, I love Scotty McCreery, but I can't remember
heard
who
I don't
won
think
his
Scotty
season.
won. I don't think Scotty won.
He's a country
Scotty
singer.
doesn't know. Scotty
Did Jennifer Hudson win?
Who the fuck is that?
No.
I don't. Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna move past that. I don't think she won. She might have got third. I don't remember.
I'll have to look it up. We'll come back to it.
But yeah, I love my crazy country women. One of my favorite genres is female country rage. Country female rage. Yeah. Gunpowder and lead is
my favorite country subgenre is beer and shooting guns.
So most of the male country artists.
No, they all talk about their tractors and how their dog died and they lost their girlfriend.
And their mama won't make love to them no more.
And then there's Luke, who is just
what kind of country music are you listening to?
It comes from Alabama with the banjo on
Then
its
there's
knee.
Luke Bryan, who all of his music is a party, and I love Luke Bryan.
But yeah,
Luke
no,
Bryan
like
just
party
seems like a
country,
good
right?
guy.
Like I love Zach Brown Band.
Yeah, he's not really country though.
He played on the country station.
Oh yeah, but he's more like island music, more like bluesy.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, but if it played on the country station, I'm calling it country for the sake of the fact that I got tired of arguing with people.
Band. Yeah. I love arguing with people because they're like, what the fuck do you know? I'm a musician, asshole.
And Jelly Roll also plays on the country station, and I've heard multiple
Jelly Roll is country.
I've heard a lot of people who are country diehards who are like, he's not country, he's a rapper with a country accent, and I'm like, no, he's not. He doesn't.
He wasn't even a good rapper. He did used to rap. That's how he started. He wasn't a good rapper. So you know who else wasn't a good rapper? Uncle Cracker. But Jelly Roll is country.
I liked Uncle Cracker during his alt rock phase, though. Follow Me was a banger.
Well, he was a banger, but he wasn't rapping.
Right.
And now Post Malone gets played on the country station.
Well, it's Post Malone released a country album. Post Malone's a musician. Fun fact: Post Malone, before got into his pop R&B music, he had a tryout for a pretty famous metal band. Now, I don't know, Bree, you've never heard of them, but I'm pretty sure Dave has heard of them. Crown the Empire.
Okay, yeah, I've heard the name.
He was supposed to join the band as a guitarist. So like Posty's into everything.
Yeah.
Posty loves music.
This reminds me, because Chris said there's probably somebody that you've never heard of. So Chris, you know how I keep telling you about questions because I'm currently obsessed with pop culture Jeopardy.
Oh yeah.
One of the questions I was watching with my mom today, I don't remember the exact thing, but the answer was Stone Temple Pilots. And I was like, I've heard that name from Chris. And that's it.
You've heard it from Dave
and Dave.
That band is so cursed.
Because the answers, it was like a triple play question. So there's 3 answers. It was Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, and I don't remember who else.
What is it? Something with grunge?
I was going to say it's got to be grunge related.
Yes.
It's something grunge related?
It was like, who was
the other one? Soundgarden?
I don't know.
Probably Soundgarden.
I was going to say...
Or Alice in Chains.
I was going to say either Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, or...
Alice in Chains?
Yep.
Yeah, those are the big 3.
Yeah, I think that's what the question was. What are the big 3 of like 90s grunge? And those were the answers.
That's not even counting Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam is alt rock. Grunge doesn't claim them.
Don't like them anyway. I wouldn't claim them either. Eddie Vedder sucks. I'll say it.
I like Pearl
Fuck
Jam.
that band. I can't stand Pearl Jam.
I also like Hootie and the Blowfish. You know what I don't like? Hootie singing country. He hates being called Hootie. I'm going to keep doing it. I know his name's Darius Rucker. I'm going to keep calling him fucking Hootie till he stops making bullshit country music. Go back to
just
more
like
fun
that
things.
man's name is Rascal. His name's not Gary. His name is Rascal. I don't care. His name is Rascal because I said so.
Wait, so he's one of them little scooters grandma sits on to get around?
Because it's Gary, Jim. Because it's Gary, Jim Bob, and something else. But his name is Rascal.
I don't think anyone's Jim Bob.
It's Jim something.
Look,
No,
It-
it's
I have
Gary
met in real life
Gary
a man
Laveau,
whose real life
Jay
name.
DeMarcus, and Joe Don Bruni. None
I
of them are
swear
named
there's a-
Jim Bob.
I swear there's a Jim.
No.
There's a Jay, a Joe, and a Gary, which is the most Nashville names I've ever heard in my life.
His name is Rascal.
Not Rascal, you're out of your fucking
Look,
mind.
I met a man whose honest to God name was Billy Bob. That was his first name.
Thornton?
I mean,
No.
Yes,
Oh,
it is
yeah,
Billy
I
Bob
forgot
Thornton.
about him.
the famous Billy Bob. Dude, I went to school with a kid whose birth name is Waffles. So like people do dumb shit.
Waffles.
Gwyneth
I'm
Paltrow
hungry.
named her daughter Apple.
Because that's Gwyneth Paltrow. Is anyone surprised?
She also tried selling her vagina slime, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, the eggs.
Yeah, that's
With
what it
eggs.
was. I apologize. for saying
Vagina slime.
I don't remember what they were called, but I know they were eggs that you were supposed to. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh my god, that was everything that I needed. I think that's the best place to end this shit show.
No,
Uh,
incorrect.
Oh no, it has to be. It's got to be because it is that time. I don't know if you guys know this. It is unfortunately time to
Are
end,
we
and this
record-
guy has to pee.
Are we recording or are you too broken to record?
My guy, it has been a nightmare to fucking sit in this chair.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
we can 100% pick a different day this week.
Dude, I'm not stressed.
As long as it's not
Uh,
Friday or Sunday.
Yeah, well, we definitely wouldn't be picking a nighttime.
We
On
can't
Fridays
Friday or
because-
Sunday anyway. I have obligations.
Dave also streams on Friday.
And
Sunday night.
Sunday.
So 2 days it won't be those.
Right, yeah.
He has Game Gremlins and Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
What I like to call the fuckery tour, though I haven't used that in my title in a long time.
Dave and I are competition on Fridays and who gets more viewers. I'm kidding. We don't. Dave and I don't compete. We are not
No, we
those
don't.
type
I'm
of
out of
streamer
this league.
friends.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, bitch.
Oh,
No,
God.
see, that's the beauty. We can all rise together. Gotta bring everybody up with you when you go up.
Like bread with yeast in it, but not the kind of yeast that Gwyneth Paltrow was trying to say.
Guys,
people
that's
on
been our
TikTok are doing
show.
that.
What, Brie?
Oh,
People on TikTok, it's gross, but people on TikTok have been using a certain kind of yeast in their baking.
that's a
Yeah.
real thing.
No, I know. That's why it's
Which is
and
nasty
it's
as
terrible.
fuck.
Yeah, don't do that. Use it to make beer instead, like that one gal. is
Don't
doing.
do
No.
that.
Somebody's amaranth. There is a beer being brewed with her yeast.
That is the least shocking thing I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. None of that surprises me in any fucking way. No shade at Amaranth, but it's just
Hey,
not
get
surprising.
that back, girl.
Girl, I get
Give
you.
those thirsty perverts a drink.
She escaped an abusive ex-husband. Like, no, bro.
Hey.
You get your bag. If you gotta fucking make some yeast beer, do you. Just don't get arrested for bathwater. On that note, thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new around here on Twitch and you like whatever the fuck this just was, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, let you know anytime we upload anything new. If you want to check out our socials, everything is there, including Pucked Up, which is another passion project of ours that I'm part of. So support me. If you're gonna support anyone, make me happy because I'm a short little Irish bald man. I'm not even bald anymore. Short little
Give
Irish
Chris
ginger.
money.
Yeah, please give me money because I'm broke as fuck. I'm about to start,
Hey,
selling
his own
$20 is
emails
$20
online. Yeah. If you guys are watching on
As our friend
Spotify,
Noob would
y'all
say,
are legends.
still don't know who Nick is. Fuck you.
Still, who's Nick? Yeah, if you guys are watching on Spotify, you're legends. Keep watching on Spotify. Anything before we call it a day? No. All right, Bree, you know what to do.
Until we see y'all again, keep it simple, stay weird, and remember, ladies and Chris, that a scrub is a guy who thinks he's fine, also known as a busta,
Bust.
always talking about what he wants, but just sits on his broke ass. So
Yeet.
And I don't want no scrubs. A scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me.
Hanging on the passenger side, his best friend's right.
Trying to holler at me.